the cream filling. Now that's the stuff. Hostess.
Now, when you buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1, you'll get Sonic 2 absolutely free. Sonic 2 handles stubborn stains, embarrassing bald spots, no problem. It even slices and dices, makes thousands of julienne fries. But wait, you can play it too. This free Sonic 2 is a $54.99 value. You get 2 Sonics for the price of 1. Sonic 2 fits easily into any tackle box. Made from a space-age polymer plastic for years of family fun. And pets love it too. Buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1 and get Sonic 2 free.
Act now. Wiener Dog Sweater sold separately.
I don't want to grow up, don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up, don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. From bikes to trains to video games, it's the biggest toy store there is.
Pick up the Mattel coupon sheet and save up to $33 on great toys like Barbie's Magical Motor Home or Hot Wheels Bruno the Bad Dog. Get it today only at Toys R Us.
I want to be a Toys R Us kid. Open sesame.
Hey, Joe, we're down to the last Butterfinger.
Ah!
The last Butterfinger! Aha!
Hey! Simpson going deep.
Get a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Some of you believe your system is the most advanced in the universe. Let's review the numbers. Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. Which is more advanced? Clifford! 16 and 32 are less than 64. So with 64 bits, 3D graphics, real-world animation, and lightning speed that you can only get with Jaguar, which is more advanced? Clifford!
Can you repeat the question?
Jaguar! Jaguar! Jaguar!
This sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Day 500, 678. Things are really fucking boring. There's so much peaceful protesting going on, but there's nothing that I can do about it. I dare not catch the virus. I thought maybe Joker was behind it, but now I am not so sure. See here. Hello, Batsy. Joker!
What?
Are you sure you're not behind the Panda Express demic?
The what?
The Panda Express, the thing. The reason I can't go outside and fight crime.
No, Batsy, I'm not behind the COVID thing. I don't know who is, but it's not me.
Well, fuck. You sure it wasn't Penguin?
I'm pretty sure.
What about Ridley?
No. Probably wasn't the Riddler either.
All right. Hey, if you're gonna start doing any crime, though, please let me know.
Sure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Later. This is fucking boring. Hello. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday night. Tom Foolery is back. I'm all by myself. Well, I'm not all by myself. I got you guys listening. How you guys doing out there? Hope you're doing well. Here we are. I think Hanukkah started. So happy Hanukkah to those celebrating. Christmas is less than 2 weeks away. Happy holidays to everybody out there celebrating whatever it is you're celebrating. We've got Alpha J. How you doing? Eric Jr., K. John Boom, Mr. Four Ghostly, Substance D. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. And that's right, Eric Jr. Yes, Tom Foolery is back. Hello, K. John Boom. How are you doing? Let's see here. What is there to talk about? How are things, KT Fox? Well, my schedule is all sorts of fucked up right now Been doing a lot of editing on top of the regular shows, my schedule wise and all that kind of stuff. Frankly, I'm just exhausted and my brain's all over the place. Ugh. How you doing, Alpha J? It's snowing where you are, K-John Boom. We got some snow here. It's stuck. We haven't gotten any sense, but I hate snow. Snow sucks. Yeah. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. We got about 20 people watching. How you doing? I don't really have anything specific to talk about, so feel free to ask me anything. That's what tomfoolery is all about, folks. It's about Tom sitting around and talking shit for however long I see fit. See, that rhymes, kind of like Dr. Seuss. I have nothing to really talk about. In fact, I just woke up from a long-ass nap. I guess that's called sleep. That's what I'm told. It's called sleep when you sleep for more than a few hours. And I did not know that. So yeah, we'll see how this rolls. I'm going to send this to Rob. I doubt he's up. He's probably sleeping. If not, we'll roust his ass up. Tom, get in here. So you can fool around with some tomfoolery. But yeah, not much going on tonight. I hope everybody's having a good time. Send this out to Stieg, see if he's busy. So, speaking of tomfoolery, we had a hell of a outburst from Tom Cruise. I kind of caught, get me a coffee. I kind of caught everybody by storm. Spaceship? Anybody said spaceship? No, nobody said spaceship yet, but you. You're the only one. Hey, Zagharat, how you doing? Hey, Tim and Flip. Is it Tim on Flip or Timon Flip? And we've got Culture Casino sending in $5. What the fuck? Get in here. He says, awesome, love you, man. Sleep is good for you. I'll pop in if a bit. Okay, well, then good. I hate talking to myself. Tom Cruise does not allow any tomfoolery on his set. That is correct, small time. Where has Stig been on Twitter? Well, that's a great question. Stig got booted off of Twitter for joking around with Christy. I can't remember what it was exactly. He called her something like a swamp ass bitch or something like that. You know how Stig is. Yeah. So, but you know what? I'm going to take a little break and see if anybody shows up. I got some Christmas commercials for you guys. So what do you say? Let's do them.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
From Atari, made especially for systems from Atari, the video game that lets you help E.T. get home, just in time for Christmas. Happy holidays from Atari.
Indy, over here. Indiana Jones, at your service, Toad. Ah!
Indiana Jones and other action figures new from Raiders of the Lost Ark collection, each sold separately.
Watch him, Cairo, swordsman. Yeah, watch my swing. Yikes! Ew. All downhill from here, swordsman. You'll be sorry, Jones. Tricked you again, Toad.
Indiana Jones, Toad, and Cairo Swordsman action figures, each sold separately from Raiders of the Lost Ark collection, new from Kenner.
Arcade players, get ready. The new Atari 5200 Super System is here. With a controller so advanced it plays arcade. Graphics so real it looks arcade. With arcade hits you can't play on any other system. No other home video system can touch it. The new Atari 5200 Super System. It's as good as you are, maybe even better. Next time.
All right. Well, we took our little break. Had a couple questions come in here. Awesome. Matt G says, what was your highest selling video at your old store? It's a good question. I didn't do a lot of the sell-through stuff because I just didn't have the customer base to support doing a lot of sell-throughs. So I did do a lot of reselling of videos, but when I was open, it just so happened to be like Shrek, I think was the biggest sell-through release that came out when my store was open. So it would probably have to be Shrek. However you want to take that. But I don't think I really was open long enough or had enough of a new movie selection to really kind of answer that. But I mean, I always had a lot of pretty good resale titles, whatever the newer things were. And if I had doubles of older films, I would sometimes sell them and stuff like that. So thanks for the question, Matt G. and the Super Chat. K. John Boom, speaking of Super Chat, says, you're a Turtles fan. Is there any collectible that you want that has eluded you? What is your holy grail to speak of? Wanted turtle merch. That is a really good question, Cajun Boom. Now, before this, the recent years, it would have been the movie versions of the Turtles. But of course, NECA has put those out. And we've pretty much got every major character to this point. April isn't out yet. I don't know if they'll ever do an April figure. They quit doing the 12-inch figures after Shredder and the Foot Soldier. I really wanted a Splinter 12-inch figure. That would have been awesome because their 7-inch version looks great. They just did Token Razor. I'm actually dealing with NECA right now, trying to figure out where mine is. Tried delivering it to my old address. They sent it back to NECA. Hopefully NECA gets it to where I'm at now because it was like $100 almost just for those two. And that's the 7-inch versions. Super Shredder they already got now. Probably I would love to see versions of from part 2. Because even though some people can't tell them apart, I, of course, just by looking at a picture can tell you which movie the Turtles are from. And there are little differences between 1 and 2. They softened the features a little bit. There's just little differences. Outside of that, Holy Grail. Boy, that's a great question. I mean, there was a t-shirt that had this great poster art on it from the movie too, that if I were to see that, I would love to buy it again. I don't know if I want to go digging for it right now. Maybe during a commercial I will, if we take another break, because I don't want to be sitting here with dead air. But no, Script, get your ass in here if you're not sleepy. I sent the link out to a few people, but otherwise it's just me so far. Lord Vader, how you doing, man? How you doing? Wants to know what I think of the whole cyberpunk situation. I really don't. It's not really registering on my personal radar. I'm not a big new gamer. The last few times I ever remember being into a brand new game would have been like GTA and Red Dead Redemption, and those are kind of exceptions in my opinion. Other than that, I'm not really. Other than that, I'm not really hung up on newer games. So outside of just how it's affecting the news sphere, or however you want to call it, the entertainment news sphere, outside of that, it just really isn't registering, and I don't really care, and I'll eventually probably try it. From what I've seen of it, some of it looks like it's a first-person shooter. I'm not a big first-person shooter fan. So other than just how snafu'd the release was, I think I said it earlier on the morning show. Basically, I don't understand why they didn't just release it for the next gen consoles first. Wait till February when the other version was ready to release it, and then everybody, who has an old console will have to wait. I mean, and just make it a new console exclusive for a few months. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I mean, what else can I say other than just it wasn't ready? Why release it? So. Cyberpunk's coming out in Atari. Script, like I said, get your butt in here. Action Figure Expert says they're working on an April O'Neil. That's cool. Action Figure. Now my next question would it be the Page Turco or the original version? Judith Hogue. That's the other question I would have about that. Right, let's see here. He's finishing up some laundry. Well, what a loser. Damn it.
Timber!
All right. I need just a short break, and I'll see if I can find that Ninja Turtle picture I was talking about while you guys watch this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battles to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in the sky.
Attack the Autobot commander! Call in an Decepticon leader!
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure!
I'm Bill S. Preston Esquire. And I'm Ted Theodore Ludlam in concert.
And I make them play.
Speaker connects to figures and most cassette players to make figures play music.
Now on drums, that bodacious barbarian Genghis Khan. Yeah, our new pal from old China. Excellent! Let's rock and roll.
Squeezing their legs gets them jamming.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure!
Party on, kids!
When crime strikes, nothing can stop RoboCop.
Criminals, give up. Surprise, RoboCop. Meet your match.
RoboCop and evil ED-260 face off with rapid repeat cap firing.
That should hold you. Calling the Robo Jailer. Run away. You won't catch us.
But the Robo Jailer smashes through their hideout.
You'll be hiding out in prison now.
Figures and vehicles sold separately.
Back for more?
RoboCop and the Ultra Police.
Here's what the latest video game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, looks like on Nintendo. Mondo to the max. Cowabunga. Tubular. Radical. And here's what it looks like on Sega. So if you want to catch the awesome Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in action, you'd better buy Nintendo, because the only turtles you'll get on Sega are these. Nintendo, the entertainment system with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I couldn't find the picture. One of these days. An action figure says it's from the first movie. Awesome, awesome. We back in the 80s? Yes, we are, Dragzilla. Welcome to Tom Foolery. And I'm glad these take you back, James. That's what I do them for. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, Donnie. How you doing? Welcome to the party. We got Dweez. Welcome. We also got Robert. How you doing? Kronos. How you doing, Kronos? Popular friend in our chat here. So yeah, Bone, you like the Turtles? I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I don't know what the hell to talk about. That's the problem with this whole fucking tomfoolery thing. It's hard when I don't have somebody to bounce off of. Like this man right here, Script Doctor. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing today? Well, tomfoolery. I like it.
I've been doing this. I've done this a few times. Haven't you been on a tomfoolery already once?
I have. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a little while. But everybody likes it seems like, so.
Oh yeah, just shooting the breeze, you know. That's cool.
Substance D, let's chit chat. That's what this is all about. Yeah, go ahead and ask me questions, guys. I mean, that's kind of what it's about. Anybody else remember Saturday Supercade? Yes, I remember that. They had Frogger, Donkey Kong, Pitfall, Harry, and Q*bert. Yeah, very vaguely I remember it. It was when I was real young. That was probably way before, not way before your time, but a couple of years before your time, probably scripted.
Yeah, I think that.
I think it was like the 82, 83 season. If I'm not mistaken, maybe 84.
Yeah, that'd be right when I was born.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that'd have been. Yeah. Do I think the MCU shows will be woke?
They'll be on a spectrum.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to answer it. I think it just all depends. Stuff like Ms. Marvel, definitely. Mm-hmm. Once you get to things like Loki and all that kind of stuff, maybe Winter Soldier, not so much probably, because there's just no real reason for it per se. But
I'm still curious about She-Hulk, because even though we're all fans of Dana Schwartz, she's just a staff writer on there. She's not the showrunner, so there might be There might be something extra there. We don't know yet.
Well, so that might veer more towards the other end, and then you got things like Hawkeye, which are appearing to veer a little bit more the other way. So, like, yeah, they had a Super Mario Brothers cartoon. They had a couple different ones.
They had like 3.
Yeah, I had like 2, and then like the one spun off into like Super Mario Brothers 3, like when that game came out.
Because I remember one that was heavily focused on Super Mario Brothers 2.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one that had a live action component that also had Legend of Zelda cartoon. And then I remember the Mario 3 one. Those were fun shows at the time for the 90s.
And for some reason, I feel like one bled into the other, but I could be wrong. And they may have been 3 different ones. What about Ironheart? Totally woke. Totally woke.
Yeah.
How you doing, Louvrian and Makara? How you doing?
There's always a chance that Ironheart will be better than the comics, but that's still a low bar to jump above. So,
top 5 hottest actresses. Wow, of all time or just now? That's a crazy question. Because if you're talking about now,
well, Sophia Loren's got to be on there for all time.
Well, yeah, like all time, it would take me forever to answer, but it'd probably be easier to go with right now. Probably more partial to like. What's her face who plays Black Widow? She's pretty good.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson, yeah. Always liked what's her face? No, I'm drawing blanks. Thanks a lot.
Scarlett Johansson would have made a great April O'Neil in a new.
She wouldn't have been too bad. I'm trying to think of the other one that I like. Like Christina Ricci doesn't act enough.
No, but she's really good.
Yeah, and then there's the regulars that everybody likes for the most part that I'm pretty much partial to. Monica Bellucci's fine. Bridget Bardot, yeah, they're all fine. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Megan Fox, I mean, she's one of those where her personality really kind of messes with any of her looks. Yeah, you got Gal Gadot. Karen Gillian, is that the one from
Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Who?
She's fucking hot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of hot ones, but like if you're going all time, yeah, you got like everyone from Sophia Loren to, gosh, Goldie, of course, and we could be here all night.
Any number of the Bond girls.
Yeah. Steeg's having breakfast, so maybe he'll join us if he's got time. That'd be cool. Yeah. Tia Carrera, she was all right back in the day, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She also had a pretty decent show, the Relic Hunter. Very Indiana Jones-ish style.
I like Emma Stone. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm taking off my stupid arm strap here. Yeah, I like Emma Stone. I like, gosh, who else is some of the newer ones that aren't so bad? I remember a time when Rosario Dawson. I remember when Brie Larson was actually not annoying as piss.
Yeah, she had that brief period of being charming.
Yeah, 21 Jump Street, she's all right. She's not too bad. So we got Star Trek Discovery coming up tonight.
In 2.5 hours, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to watch it.
I know.
I still got to watch Bond yet.
You're on Goldfinger, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do 2, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to watch 2.
Yeah, Goldfinger and Thunderball are pretty good. You might need to take a minute between the two of them because that's a lot of Bond in one day for someone who hasn't been properly experienced with all.
Well, just not just that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to cram it all into one. I'm still waiting to hear back from Robert if he's gonna be all right to show up and stuff, and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not looking forward to it. How many more fucking episodes of this crap do we have left?
It's 16 episode season, I think, and I think so 5 after this.
5 too many.
You're kidding? There are 3 seasons too many.
Mr. Tickletrunk says, "Hail, fellow insomniacs." Well, I slept way too long. That's my thing.
13 episodes, so we're okay. Yeah, we only have 3 more after this one.
Well, you put it this way, Script. Like right after our stream earlier, I went and laid down, and I just got up at like 10:30.
Oh, wow. That is a very peculiar sleeping schedule.
Yeah, well, it's just usually me sleeping that long is strange. So, yeah. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Tickletrunk, and thank you all so far for the super chats. They do help here at the channel. But yeah, I didn't really see anything going on, so I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do a tomfoolery. See what's up. See what's up.
Yeah, I was just doing laundry. I got a new dryer and had to put it together and install it, and it was more entertaining than anything Star Trek Discovery.
Weren't they? You know, Stieg says Walker Texas Ranger reboot. Is that the one where they're going to gender swap?
No, that's with one of the guys from Supernatural.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the best response you can make.
Why?
I think I have that pilot script. Let me just quickly double check here.
I don't get a lot of these, like the whole Magnum PI redo, and I mean, because a lot of these shows were their star. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do have it. I do have the Walker Texas Ranger pilot. It's by Anne Frick, Fricke.
I wouldn't be. Jared Padalecki, is that the one who's in it?
Yeah, I think he was
he's
the one in the
popular,
Jason and the Jason reboot.
He's in that one too.
But yeah, I mean, the reboot stuff is what we mentioned on other live streams. It's just easier to sell. It's a name recognition, easy to market. I mean, personally, if there's no Chuck Norris in it, I would say like we're not going to do it because he's very much a part of that series. That's him. It's like trying to do Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman without Jane Seymour.
They're gonna, you watch.
Oh, they will. Speaking of hot actresses, Jane Seymour was pretty hot. Still is, actually, holding up well.
Yeah, and what's her face who played Mary Poppins too?
Julie Andrews. Mm-hmm.
She could come be my nanny.
Oh God.
Just a spoonful of sugar. Donnie Pearson says, I can imagine CBS giving the original Walker the same Blu-ray high-def treatments as the original Star Trek and its animated next-gen spinoffs. Only if it was done on film. That's the big question for that time period. There's a lot of those shows.
Now we're done on tape in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, that were finished on tape or only partially done on film. What was the show? I think it was Friends. I was watching Friends or Seinfeld. That part of the show they obviously did on film, but then other stuff was done on video, and you can tell when they jump between. And it's like, why did you even bother? I don't know. I mean, I guess part of me is like glad they did at least make the effort, but
I think it was like maybe second or third season they did video, but then it took off and they went back to film when they finishing it off.
I don't remember. Yeah, I'd have to see. And you can tell generally by watching the show, like, but that's generally, I mean, sitcoms usually got stuck on video. A lot of like our dramas were generally filmed. So, and there's no major special effects. So to scan the show, as long as they've got all the negatives, then yeah, that all depends though, if they still have all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there are some studios and even like co-producers and affiliates that got copies that they would air and they kept them in storage pretty well, actually.
Action figure expert wants to know who would win in a volleyball game, Starsky and Hutch or the Duke boys?
Oh, probably Starsky and Hutch, because in their pilot they kick ass on these two kids in basketball, so you kind of know that they are well versed in sports.
I'm going to say their geography gives them an advantage.
Yeah,
because I don't think the Duke boys have played a lot of basketball.
Listen, if you're going to say like a race, I'd probably go with the Dukes.
Exactly. Yeah, like if you're talking something like this, like a surfing contest, hands down Starsky and Hutch, kind of thing. But like, yeah. If you're talking racing, maybe boxing. We're
stealing the deal with women, Starsky and Hutch, totally.
We're all wrong.
The Dukes, Bo Duke strikes out all the time in that show.
That's true. Daisy Duke would distract him. That's a very good point.
You're kidding? Daisy Duke would I think Starsky would probably. No, Hutch. Sorry, Hutch would be the one that seduces Daisy Duke, and they go off in the sunset, and Starsky's left to do 1-on-2 with the basketball.
Mark says Quantum Leap did that too. Video special effects were cheaper, but the quality of the picture dropped like a rock. I got that on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it all yet, so I'm curious. Like, I suppose the later seasons they moved over to the video, so it probably doesn't look as good, or the special effects were done on video. That's always a plausibility.
And there weren't a whole lot of special effects in the Quantum Leap series overall.
No, just like the beaming.
Just the actual leaping, glowing part. Yeah. But that was a great show. I loved Quantum Leap. Just you have
Yeah.
two main cast members, and it's a bunch of day players in every episode, and he's in a different time period between like 1950 and 1999. I think is the period that they jumped
I
through.
remember that show being a big deal when it came out.
Yeah, it was so cool because like you never knew what you were going to get the next episode, other than Sam has to solve a problem.
Well, didn't they kind of imply in that last episode that I can't remember now if he either got home or he sacrificed himself to save what's his face?
To save Al?
Yeah, I think if I remember
it's a little bit. It's a little bit of both. Like he does sacrifice well, not so much sacrifice himself, but he finds a way to communicate to his first wife, his true love, that Al's still alive, but he's a POW, and so she doesn't actually file the missing in papers and divorce and all that.
Oh yeah, so then doesn't that like totally fuck everything up? So like it causes like a paradox or something like that.
It
I can't remember.
Well, I mean, it's not quite. They did try to shoot a fifth season. They shot a little bit of the fifth season. The video footage of that was released, I think, last year. And it's Dean Stockwell and his first wife, and Dean Stockwell's character of Al is like, I've got to go back to the Institute and try and save Sam because he's out there. And that was what was going to be the season 5, is just finding Sam because he's bouncing around kind of randomly without Ziggy.
Yeah, because I remember, him making the choice or the sacrifice or whatever is all I remember. It's been, God, since it was on TV, since I saw it. I've seen like the first few episodes a half a dozen times, but yeah, that's just because I've caught it on like a sci-fi marathon or whatever. And then I bought the Blu-rays and I watched, I don't know, probably the first few episodes before I got distracted.
Yeah, because they started shooting that one before the last episode aired. And when they realized they weren't going to go any further with it, they ended up having to recut the last episode a little bit. And then they put on basically like a scroll of saying like, yeah, Sam had never made it home. But like even Scott Bakula thinks that he's still bouncing around the time, just helping people out. And
that's possible when you can reboot it.
Choose it.
But unfortunately, you don't have all your cast anymore.
Well, did Dean Stockwell pass away?
I think he did die, last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. Right.
The TV movie you're probably thinking of, The Phantom Menace, it was the original pilot episode because I don't think they didn't do anything after the fact. So
no, they really haven't. They could have. There was a couple. No, he's still alive. Dean Stockwell's still alive. He may have retired because he's.
Oh, for some reason I thought he died. Well, then fucking make it happen. What the fuck are you waiting for? Jesus Christ. Get it done.
Oh, he's 86 years old. So, I mean, if he's still able to do it, yeah, let's do it. Well, there's actually an opening. There's Sam has, I know, one daughter that's working there. So you can make a movie of her finding a way to bring him back. Or you could make, because Sam goes back once and Al switches bodies, or not really bodies, but everything gets reset and Sam's back at his normal time, and he finds out the woman that he helped in, I think, the second episode that was played by Terry Hatcher, they end up getting married in the normal time stream, and so they have like their night together, and maybe she's pregnant with another kid, and then that kid also contributes to helping Sam return home.
All you need to do is write the whole season, get Dean Stockwell in to do his shooting. It's all going to be probably on green screen anyway. That's where all the special effects come in, I bet. I didn't even think of that. Remember all the gags? Yes, that's where I bet that's what it was.
They only usually did like one or two of them.
Yeah, but they were still pretty prominent throughout to where they were, an ongoing joke. You know, that might be where some of the effects got shitty in later years. But no, like, get it done. Do it now before he's gone then. I thought he passed away. That's my fault. I don't know why I thought it. Maybe I was thinking of somebody else. Alex Lemons wants to know, do you think we'll see Dirge, Cad Bane, and Jado Cast appear in Mando Season 3? I have no idea who any of those are except for Cad Bane, and I very vaguely know who that is.
If Filoni wants them, he'll find a way.
So, Alex, you are a much bigger Star Wars fan than I am, for sure. I couldn't tell you. Stieg, though, he probably knows who those people are.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I'm not going to pretend to know who any of them are because I really don't. Really don't in the least. But yeah, if they're popular characters, I hope for the sake of the fans, they do show up. That's kind of what Mando's been all about. Whether you like it or hate it, it is what it is. We got one more episode to go, and we'll see if I'm right or wrong about the whole death of Boba Fett thing. Everybody's taking me to task for that. They're like there was one guy in the chat earlier, like, what are you going to do if you're wrong? It's like,
oh no,
say I'm wrong. It's like, no,
wrong,
you need to do something with more teeth. And it's like, okay.
I don't understand. Like, listen, if there's ever if a show is doing something where the fans want to give a moment of speculation, that's good for the show, and that's kind of like what you want out of it. You want your fans to guess where you think you're going, so that either they get catharsis if they're right, or they get surprised if they're incorrect. And so long as the surprise doesn't disassemble the rest of the show as a result, then you're kind of doing your job. So I mean, we'll have to see what happens in that final episode. There's no reason why you're at this point. There's no reason why you're wrong, and there's also no reason why you're right. But there's a good probability.
I mean, he could just go off and do his own thing and come back later too. That's possible, but I just don't see it being a continuing character. I don't see them. And here's Culture Casino, who will probably argue with me a little bit on it.
Wait, what did I come in on? I'm excited. What am I arguing
about? Everybody's calling me to task thinking I'm wrong about Boba Fett. And it's like, for one, they're not going to kill Mando. They'll recast him before they kill him. And after Mando's ship got blew up, and now we've got Boba Fett in a heroic light and all this kind of stuff, I really I don't think they're going to let Boba Fett live. I think they're going to give him a heroic ending, saving the baby. And what's her face? Ben is going to get his equipment, and Mando's going to get his ship.
And I know you don't remember this, and I know we talked about it, and that's one of the things I was told before this season even started. Like during production, I think I tried.
I kind of vaguely remember you saying something like that. Probably
that it had been indicated that one of the three possible outcomes, there were three, was going to be him being dead. And they were still going to, by the way, the limited series scripts are written, that they would still continue to do that, a la Black Widow. So you were still going to get that, but yeah, I don't know, because a lot of things changed, and I don't know if script can speak to that or not, but they changed some structure to the episodes. They did some heavy editing for the last 4 episodes. Of course, we've gotten some great action that people that are Star Wars fans have to have appreciated. I don't disagree with you, though. I think I'm now back up to 50-50 on whether or not Boba Fett lives, just based on what I'd heard at the very beginning of the season, which he was going to be dead, which is what I tried to not say outright to Ryan Cannell during one of his member streams that I was on, was that people were not going to be thrilled with how things ended up for Boba Fett. So
I do remember you saying that now.
Yeah.
Now that you say it that way specifically.
Yeah. And I knew that they were going to present him with a dad bod. I knew that there was going to be some weirdness that was associated with Boba Fett's return, including some armor shenanigans. And I'm going to say it this way one more time. There are 3 possible outcomes, and I've been told all 3. And the one that I was told more often than not was that he would be dead at the end of the season. Now, look, this is a very formulaic show. It's been very formulaic from its beginning. It's going to be very formulaic going forward. I'm sure Script Doctor would agree, and we are going to see more death. So just believe that. There you go.
Well, yeah, it's following a very similar formula and structure to the first season.
Exactly.
That's how formulaic it is. With regards to actual formula of storytelling, it's kind of erratic.
No.
Yeah,
but
it is fit.
It's this overall arc. We're going to see season over season. It's going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
And that's how it was structured. I mean, that's the way it's written. It's written by a guy who writes movies. It's not written by a guy who writes TV. So,
well, actually, Favreau has written for TV for quite a bit.
That's
He's just
true.
playing in a different type of sandbox, and he's trying to see if he can come up with his own new rules. And I would say Cobra Kai does it a lot better because their seasons do follow. Season 1 and season 2 follow a very familiar formula, but there's a different execution to them that's a bit more traditional in style.
I got a question for you, Script. How much do you think that Favreau gets pushed around by Filoni and others, though, as far as story-wise? Because there's just a lot of stupid story beats that I just can't imagine Favreau would overlook or just let go. You know,
Pushed, I wouldn't say. Probably convinced would probably be the better term.
Or how much does he maybe have to do with the final product? Because maybe that's where these things are getting left on the cutting room floor.
Well, he's the showrunner, so he should have a lot.
It's collaborative. I mean, in Script and I've talked about this before. It's a partnership. It's not as a partnership, but it's a collaborative. They're like exchanging ideas. There's always a tug of war there, and there's a tug of war with not just him and obviously Favreau, but each one of these folks that come in to direct an episode. So at least that's my perception. I don't know. Script, do you have a different one, or do you think that's on beat?
That might be on beat. I mean, the thing is that it's not a big writer's room for this show. It's really small. It's basically like 2 people and then a guest director who's got a great idea.
Yeah,
and there haven't been too many writers.
No, Favreau outlines the whole season. I mean, season 3's done. It's in it, and they're moving.
4
on.
is broken down. They've already got 4 ready to go.
Yeah. He's been working on it for a bit. So, but he doesn't stop writing. That his brain works all the time. I mean, you know, on multiple things, not just one thing. He's a polyphasic in the truest sense. So
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just a very new infrastructure that they're making right now, and
I can't wait. Once my video releases, once my video for my members releases on this weekend, I'll be like free of some of the pressure of not revealing a whole lot of stuff about how this all gets done. But I want my people to understand how this all works. So I hate to be cagey, but it's just, there's some really cool tech going on behind the scenes, kids, and it's only getting better. And based on the video that I did today, if anybody caught that,
with the renaming of Pinewood in Atlanta,
Trilith, and that's old news. I mean, that was back in October when they finally did the rename. But there's a reason for all of the way I present information and everything else, and how things are happening and shaking out in Hollywood. Hollywood isn't Hollywood anymore. I mean, that's not where it's going to be. We can't rely on one location anymore to produce all this stuff because it's happening everywhere, and that's a good thing. And there will no longer be some confiscatory restraints when it comes to producing material now, and you'll have a lot more people that are willing to deal with smaller creators, producers, writers, etc., because they'll be coming from all across the country, all around the world. So, and studios will be, gosh, you could be a successful studio and have 1 or 2 sound stages. I mean, it's going to be a different world. We just have to be prepared.
Yeah, you can reduce the amount of property you require and also the amount of travel that you need for any location shootings with the new tech that's going on. And I just see in the chat, Stig's comment there, very, very accurate. In fact, that's something I bring up in my video for
this one.
The last episode. Which will drop sometime tomorrow, I think, maybe a little longer. It all depends on how long it takes to render, because it's a 25-minute video coverage of last week's episode.
Stieg is so brilliant when it comes to this stuff. He breaks it down right away, gets to it immediately. It could never be more true than you could imagine. It makes no sense. You could have eliminated that episode entirely had we just reached back into the idea that there were these fobs where we could instantly locate the thing that we were looking for. It's just I don't even understand.
Not just that, but it also circumvents the constants of finding coordinates for a cruiser ship, which is constantly in motion. I mean, you find his coordinates for like 1 minute and then it's moved somewhere else another. Like, that's how vessels work. You can't find the coordinates of a moving object. You can find trajectory. You can find possible destinations.
No.
But the coordinates aren't stationary unless it was docked somewhere, in which case that can also change.
I want to get this super chat here real quick from Mr. Tickle Trunk, who sent this when Culture Casino come in. He said, "Is that Culture Casino, or did you get more Vidal Sassoon in here?"
That's right, man. That's right. Oh, by the way, I said this on an earlier stream, but yeah, I do get called "Hey lady" from time to time from the back, and that can be uncomfortable,
Dude,
but it
looks
doesn't
like a
bother me.
lady. And Willie,
I guess that means from
polyphasic.
behind you look pretty good in shape.
Polyphasic, to my knowledge, is when you sleep in multiple sleeping like you sleep more than once in a day, like kind of thing.
No.
Like,
No, the ability to focus on more than one task simultaneously, or to be involved in more than one thing simultaneously. Polyphasic, like for example, I am usually consuming media in multiple stages simultaneously. So, like, I'll be listening to something and watching two.
I'm
other
not
things.
wrong. Says, what is polyphasic sleep? Most people are monophasic sleepers. Polyphasic sleep means you get it in separate chunks. That's what. Yeah, I thought that's what at least I thought you meant anyway.
No. But okay, I'm willing to accept your definition as well. But
Well, if you put
no.
sleep after it, yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But no. It's the ability to consume more than one form of anything simultaneously. So there you are.
Yeah, and Stieg is talking about what I was talking about too, with the whole little bits, just little stupid shits. That it's even stuff that would be added in ADR, like just all you got to say
is the tracking fob, but I'm not in range. But if we can find where the ship is in the sector, I can locate.
Well, we know the range bit doesn't work either. So all he's got to say is, I removed the chip or whatever that makes the tracking fob work. Where there in two fail swoops, you explain how the tracking fob works and why it won't work now.
Well, yeah, you can say, "Damn it, I removed the stupid chip," or "I removed that." Yeah, because
or
honestly,
I changed the chain code on it or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you don't even have to worry about
future bounty hunters coming after him,
or corrected in looping when you're doing looping in dialogue and stuff like that. Which I'm sure they still do, but probably not as much in digital production anymore. But
they don't really. They do it all for Mandalorian. The Mandalorian can say it because his lips aren't moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
actually,
my point. It would be so easy to fix that in ADR.
You're right.
Alex has another good question here. Yeah, I did watch the animated Hobbit quite a bit. I actually saw it on television the first time.
Oh, same.
Not on VHS. It was.
I saw it in the theater. I saw it in
the animated
theater.
one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Lord of the Rings?
No. We went to this really cool
television.
No. No, I know. But we went to this really cool art theater in I don't even remember. It was a college town. I went with my stepdad and I got to see it. It brought literally on like a screen. It was amazing. It was cool. There was stage there too. So maybe it was a theater. That like a theater, not a
like a repertory theater that does.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And,
it was amazing. I was a young person. It was incredible. Rake and Bass did such amazing stuff back then. If you think about it, I mean, just incredible. And of course, we had it on VHS as well. I watched that thing religiously. It was so well done, and I liked the swirls in the hair and that type of animation really spoke to me as a young person.
It's in HD right now on HBO Max, by the way.
Oh, you are kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you.
Dude, I have to freaking rip the shit out of that. I'm such a huge fan of that. Rake and Bass, Hanna-Barbera, all of that artistic style of animation it really just speaks to me. I miss it. I miss the original cell generation animation that we used to do with multi-planar cameras and things like that. So
yeah, Brother Theodore did the voice of Gollum in that, and in Return of the King, the one that Rankin and Bass did. Yeah,
God, yeah, Return of the King. Oh my God, those films. Okay, so the it wasn't really black and white. It was black on like a red background in the title sequences.
You're thinking of the Lord of the Rings, and that was
no. Yeah, no, I'm talking about that. But
that one was by. That was Bakshi that did that one.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Rankin and Bass came in and they did a Return of the King that basically used the same models and stuff of The Hobbit.
Yeah,
but it wasn't actually connected with it. But yeah, that's right. Steve Anthony Daniels did the voice of Legolas in the Bakshi movie. Yeah. The Bakshi, they were going to do a 2-parter and they never finished it.
Yeah, but that Bakshi thing was amazing with the freaking those were title sequences, right?
Yeah, it goes over the Silmarillion or
oh my God.
It's a
Silmarillion, yeah.
Silmarillion, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you realize as a young person, like 7, 8, 9, I was reading these books. My stepdad handed me these books. He's like, read this shit. I was like, oh my God, it's freaking amazing. And so when I was 10 or 12, I was already diving into Silmarillion and stuff like that. I mean, there is, I grew up, I had a passion for this type of storytelling, and it's in such limited supply now. I yearn for it. I mean, that's why this giant bookcase over here exists. That's why the books over there exist. In my house, books are king. And I miss it. That type of storytelling is important. Really, truly. Oh, there it is, baby. Yes.
This is the Battle of Helm's Deep, but they did the same kind of rotoscoping, yeah.
Oh my God. Dude,
I don't want to get too much, but yeah.
Somebody spent hours on that. Does anybody even understand how
hours,
much?
Probably weeks.
No, but I mean that's so artistic, and we've abandoned art now. It's just insane. Anyway, hi Tom and hi Script. I'm sorry, I just showed up. We're talking. Hey guys.
Anyway, money has exchanged hands with who, Steve?
We got some inside news about an upcoming fantasy TV series based on some very popular books. Would that be Wheel of Time or Lord of the Rings?
D&D maybe? Well, D&D isn't based on books, so.
Dude, well, I mean, it's kind of.
Kind of, but I think he would have been more specific. Steeg's usually.
No, Steeg's awesome. Man. Look, I am I'm a latecomer. You guys were talking about some things earlier, or Tom Solo was talking about some things I wanted to talk about. But I want to say this. Hey Tom, what have you heard about Firefly?
I haven't heard anything specific, but I had heard some rumblings about a possibility of something coming along with it. What have you heard?
I heard a non-answer answer, which tells me something's happening. I know for sure something's happening. So sometimes when we hear rumors, we can go, I haven't heard anything about that. It's kind of, so it ends up being kind of bullshit, right? This is one of those circumstances where I say, I can't say this is bullshit because I had got a non-answer answer, which is, and I think I tried to convey that to you earlier, and it's supposed to be, this is again part of a non-answer answer, that it would be a continuation beyond the movie.
All right, so it still will be same cast and all that stuff, is what you're saying. It won't be a reboot.
There's nothing, not same cast, but maybe same characters.
Shepherd Book is gone.
True.
Wash is gone. Characters will still be intact, maybe not the same actors, although I think they're looking to get Nathan Fillion back. So we'll see. He's going to be very
he would
old.
do it in a heartbeat.
Yes, but he's very old for the character. And it's not really a reboot per se. It's a soft reboot. So very interesting, though. Oh, shit.
I got a game here. I'm going to play a little bit of this. You guys need to tell me what famous actor this is. The kid.
What strangers must think I cannot imagine.
I don't mean to stare, Father. I find people interesting.
If at your age.
We must hurry. Look at the time. You carry the Virgo, Gurney. Yes, Father.
Can I get a year?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Why, the vicar's lost his false teeth.
If I had to guess, this is probably 50s.
The choir's on the floor looking for them. Ernest, remember where you are.
No guesses?
That's tough.
I'll give the audience a little bit longer to guess at who this could be. Let's see here. No, it's not your mom, Mr. Tickle Trunk, but close. No, Mickey Rooney would have been way older.
Way older.
Michael Douglas is not a bad answer. That's not a bad answer.
But he's still a little too young.
Yeah, and he has an English accent.
Don't let the accent fool you. I'm going to say that right off the bat.
Yeah.
You're right, Robert. It's Elliot Page.
Oh, my God. No way.
No, it's not Patrick Stewart. But again, good answer. I like Steeg's answer. Again, good answer. But here's the thing. Oh, somebody got it. Nate G.
Christopher Walken. Holy shit.
Yeah, I never heard him speak in proper sentences before.
Wait, can we get more dialogue?
Does anyone else?
There was
every part where he's talking.
Go back a couple of frames. There's a look where he could actually totally pull out his face.
That is bad enough. But to disgrace us in church, where is your sense of honor?
Here we go.
Where are your manners? And above all, where is your duty to us?
What would you do if you suddenly saw through a wall?
I don't see through walls. Nor do you, nor does anyone else.
Oh, you know what? It's the jaw.
You think you can change the subject by talking nonsense? You are very much mistaken.
Not adenoids. What's that called down here? The jowls.
The mandibles?
Yeah, thank you very much.
And the jowls? No, like as soon as he turned his head to go down, it's like, oh, there you can see it. You can kind of see his face. The boy who saw through.
Yeah, no, that's really weird because you don't get the way that I can't even do it that he talks. Yeah.
The weird pausing.
Yeah, his cadence.
Oh, I was muted and I didn't even realize it. Yeah, the way that saw through is the movie. If anybody wants to figure out the MC, that's the year it came out.
The cadence. How, dude? He has the weirdest cadence ever. It's insane. And I know I found
something new and made it work.
That kid needs more cowbell.
That's right, Ed Brewer. Oh my God, dude!
Why the hell is Bruce Wayne dressed like Batman?
1958. Thank you, Nate G. Math.
That's why we have awesome, smart peoples in the chat.
We do. We have we have smarter humans than we are.
More, Robert? Oh wow, I didn't have another one ready.
Oh, dude, I have to tell you, this is the best game ever. Though we play this game all the time. Christopher Walken, dude. Okay, so Pennies from Heaven. If you guys want to see him dance, Pennies from Heaven is amazing. And then there's that Fat Boy Slim video where he is amazing. He's a complete talent. Acting, dancing, you name it. Truly, pure entertainer.
I do have a set of commercials here. I can't remember which one it is, but I'm sure Script knows which one I'm talking about. That does have a young actor in it that everybody always figures it out right away, though.
Is it? I won't say it yet.
It's an Atari commercial.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
Whoop it out.
Hey now.
Phrase A.
I got to figure out which one it was. I've got so many of these commercials in here.
I have decided there will be no sleeping for Culture Casino this evening.
No sleeping. Oh, you haven't slept yet, dude?
Well, I slept last night. We're good. All
right.
I've been up since 6 a.m., so I'm still pretty good.
You say so. All right, let's try this one. Let's try this one.
Here we go.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Chuck Norris, Karate Commandos.
Break it up, crack it down, fight forces of evil wherever they're found.
Figures sold separately.
Location Tibet. Assignment: recover stolen microchip. Protecting it was Super Ninja. Hi-ya! First, Chemo stood up to him. Hi-ya! And was downed. Then Reed Smith flew in. Hi-ya! And was grounded. But now it's his karate against mine. Hi-ya!
Chuck Norris, Karate Commandos. Chuck Norris, Super Ninja, Reed Smith, Chemo, and other figures sold separately. New from Kenner.
Evil has a new name. It's Savage, the secret army of vengeance and global evil.
Today, Savage and its diabolical leader, General Warhawk, threaten the freedom of everyone on the face of the earth. Can anyone stop Savage? Rambo. He's not just another Joe. He's a fighting machine, expert in all tactical weapons and guerrilla warfare. Rambo's the one man you want when the going gets rough. But the fight won't be easy because General Warhawk doesn't fight fair, and he doesn't fight alone. Second in command is Sergeant Havoc. He thrives on treachery and dirty tricks. Mad Dog, he's one mean dude with a real short fuse. Gripper, a ruthless mercenary. He rewrote the book on combat. Nomad, a terrorist who's not above seizing hostages or planting a bomb. And the final member of Savage is the Black Dragon, a deadly ninja warrior. But if freedom and justice are to survive, the only hope is with Rambo and the Force of Freedom. Fighting alongside Rambo is Colonel Troutman, the toughest CO in the Special Forces.
I had
Turbo,
these toys.
An electronics whiz whose inventions keep
So
the
did
Force of
I.
Freedom one step ahead of Savage.
Yeah, and this is evidently not the one I was waiting for, but we'll let this play out, and then I got it here.
Unlike his evil twin brother,
You could totally do like a lip sync thing to this of a wrong commercial.
And in the air.
I'm coming for you.
But with Rambo and the Force of Freedom, justice
This
and liberty
helicopter
will
also
never surrender.
operates as my
no
partner.
matter what the odds.
Isn't Force of Freedom a little oxymoronic?
Rambo.
Force of Freedom.
Yeah, Steve's right. The Troutman figure was the best mold, for sure. For sure.
For sure.
For sure. Your worst nightmare. For you. All right, here's another fun one for you guys. Most people will figure this one out right away, though. They already have. So if you're one of my regular viewers who obviously already knows who this is, just be quiet and be fun for those who don't.
You have regular viewers?
Sometimes.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with Pitfall Harry, surrounded by giant scorpions and man-eating crocodiles.
Well, Harry and I just grabbed the van, swung through the trees, and over the tar pits and found the jungle treasure. It was really neat. If you haven't met Pitfall Harry, you're missing.
Just last night.
All right, so who is it, guys? I know most of y'all know. Yeah,
Elliot Page.
It's a very young Jack Black. Yes, I knew that one was going to get right away. So next time I'll try and come up with a couple, maybe. Yeah. I didn't know you guys would like that much.
Are you sure that's not Elliot Page?
I'm pretty sure it's not. So there you go.
Man, I got to shave. Look at that. Holy cow.
I know that one was Easy Runner, but like the other one wasn't. I didn't have any other ones ready.
The other one was a good one, Mike. Holy cow. All you have to say is what happened to Christopher Walken.
Dude, I have to say, Christopher Walken, his cadence, how do you do that? I know there are people who can do that. I can't do that. How do you mimic him or impersonate
He's
him?
not easy one to do. Like I can't even do a good one.
I know Rob can. Rob can do friggin' everybody, but dang. How do you do that?
Rob and I bounce off pretty good because like ones he can't do, I usually can, and vice versa. So
I know you guys are the best. Dude, you guys should have your own variety show. It'd be like the Smothers Brothers, only better.
I don't know. Smothers Brothers are really funny. They had some skits that almost got them banned from television.
Yeah, but Tom gets banned from YouTube all the time.
I do.
You do?
Oh, okay.
I've met the Smothers Brothers a few times. They're really funny.
Weren't you canceled a few times, Tom?
I cancel myself.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I meant.
Don Knotts is definitely a tough one at Brewer. That's for sure.
Dude, Don Knotts is the best.
Alex coming in with another question here. Says he would have preferred Slash and Secret of the Ooze instead of Token Razor. I've always wanted a story where he frames TMNT for murder. Interesting. The reason we got Token Razor is because Bebop and Rocksteady were owned by Fred Wolf, I think, Productions at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Or Playmates, one of the two. I think maybe it was Playmates. Playmates, yeah. And the movie and the TV show and the toys were not all the same.
Wow, Ed Brewer is now giving me a challenge. I will have to listen to Don Knotts and see if I can do it. We'll see.
I used to be able to kind of do one, but I would say it was probably really bad. I'd have to hear his voice again. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I do better when I can hear somebody within 2 or 3 minutes of when I'm going to do them. Well, wow, that's
He was in The Incredible Mr. Limpet. You guys ever seen that?
It's not
The animated movie with the fish?
No.
Never seen The Incredible Mr. Limpet? Oh my god.
I need a picture. Hold on, let me Google it.
Hang on. It's one of those movies that's always overlooked when everybody brings up Roger Rabbit.
Was it like Woody
Oh,
Woodpecker?
yes, I've seen this one. Yeah.
Does he have glasses?
Where he becomes a fish. Yeah, fish with glasses.
Oh, okay. All right. I've seen it. Oh, man. I'm like trying to pull it in my head.
It needs a Blu-ray release. It's been on DVD, but not Blu-ray to my knowledge. It's a great movie, though. It's fucking fun.
Yeah. Yes, I've seen it. Yes.
It's done nuts. It was on TBS all the fucking time.
Yeah, it was. For me, I'm like, does he have glasses? Yeah.
Well, of course he does. Now, like the one, the Ghost and Mr. Chicken or whatever, I think that one's on Blu-ray. I got that one.
Dude, some of the stuff he does is so. I mean, some of the stuff he did was great. I mean, and nobody. His Barney Fife was amazing.
Very underrated comedian. Very underrated. I mean, he had a hell of a string of movies too that people forget.
Yeah.
Not just the Apple Dumpling Gang stuff either. I'm talking like
although
Mr. Limpet, the chicken one, the Western one. What did he do? What was it called? I can't think of the name of it. It was a pretty popular one too. The Western
Yellow.
It's got chicken in the title or something like that. Damn it. That's too many ostriches.
The Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
Yeah, and then that was that one. But what was the Western one he did, or was that the Western one?
That might have been the Western.
That might have been. And then he also was in one of the Herbie movies too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, I think.
Yeah. And Alex, I would love to see a Mass sequel. I don't know if Jim Carrey could pull it off still. Otherwise, I'd like to see a reboot more in the vein of the original comic.
I actually think you could do it. No. Based on what I've seen recently, I think you could probably still do it.
Shakiest Gun in the West. That's what I was thinking.
Shakiest Gun in the West.
Right.
Thank you, Steven Anderson. Yes. God dang, he was in a lot of crap. Things,
like
not
what,
crap.
over
he was in a lot of stuff.
He was on over 60 things. I know that. Like,
You know what though? To speak to Jim Carrey's just whatever. I popped in the Grinch Who Stole Christmas just to check it out because I have it on 4K, and I found myself about a half hour into it before I stopped watching it.
Wow.
So, I mean, that just goes to show you, even though that movie's not that good, it was Jim Carrey. It was just him doing his shtick, sucking me in. Like, and that's what that first 30 minutes of that movie is, really, if you watch it.
Hey, he's also the best part of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Plus, you get to see.
Oh my God! You know what? You say that script, but I thought they did a really good job with that film.
Oh no, they did. I mean, it's a very simple, basic, paint by numbers story. A lot of fun. They throw in some little twists and some pizzazz here from the characters. Yeah, it does. It does what it needed to do.
I did not know they were doing this, Donnie. Did not know. A musical version of The Grinch on NBC. I'm assuming it'll be like a live action stage play thing, like the Grease and.
Please don't do that. Please.
Yeah, don't need it.
Yeah.
The Jim Carrey movie was enough. Like that was as far as you should take it.
If you're going to do something live action, because the cartoon is perfect. Don't futz with it.
Yeah, I prefer the cartoon too.
Yeah, I do too. Like that's the problem I have. I mean, I enjoy Jim Carrey's performance, and that's what I was speaking it to. And Ron Howard is a capable director, and it's got a great cast. I love what they did with the makeup effects, and considering the time period, they didn't rely so much on CGI. I give the movie a lot of credit, but at the same time, it just did not capture the same feeling.
Damn it! Somebody sent.
I made it only now. I've actually seen that movie many times. I just watched it just to see how it looked on 4K. But now the new Grinch movie, the one with Cumberbund doing the voice, I literally only got like 10 minutes into that movie before I shut it off, and I never watched it.
Could the live action movie be recut to match the cartoon, the original cartoon?
Possibly, you possibly could. I think there's enough there. You probably could, because I mean, it pays so much homage to the. That's one of the reasons why I can't really shit on it. Is it does pay so much homage to the original cartoon. It just expands it. And again, like the things that it expands it with, give or take whether you like it or not. I mean, it's like, what were you going to do with it? You got to give the Grinch a reason why he hates Christmas, and you got to give it some more character than what the cartoon had, because it was just literally a 20-page book put into a 30-minute special, padded out with songs. So like every word in that TV special is in the book, and I don't think they added anything else other than songs, but it's been a while since I read the book too. So yeah, Willie says he thinks you can cut it to match the tune. I bet you could. I think Ron Howard did a really good job paying homage to that. Like, he did a pretty good job. I mean, you even got just the way Jim Carrey. I mean, I don't like his voice as the Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like he's not trying to do an impression of Boris Karloff, but then there's times where he sounds just like Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
And then just the way they did the teeth, the face, the way he could manipulate the makeup, it was just one of those things that no matter how you feel about Jim Carrey, I don't think you can take that one away from him.
It was a good transformation, that was for sure.
And his shit with Max is hilarious. Just the whole bits. Like, I don't know. I can dig it. I don't know why. It was just one of those movies that I didn't like it that much when it came out, but I don't know. I found myself getting sucked into it the other morning. I was like, I ain't got time to watch this, damn it. I ain't even got time to watch Tenet right now, let alone anything else.
But the thing is about Jim Carrey is he's able to, sorry, I've got like information flowing around and people ask me questions. But he's really, really good at pretty much any facial stuff that you could possibly imagine. I mean, some of the stuff he can do with his face naturally, it requires no makeup, no special effects, none of that stuff. It's amazing. I mean, truly rubber face.
I don't know about this, Adam, but it could be true. Considering he really hasn't done anything with a lot of prosthetics since, tells me that it's possible. I mean, after doing like the mask and then that was so close, I probably, and he spent a lot of
very different prosthetic though.
Yeah. Not only that, he also had a lot of makeup for Batman too, that most people don't realize.
Well, yeah, I remember him paint that suit on him every time.
Not just that. Well, just his face is completely painted, but people don't realize it. And then the way they do the mask and everything like that, because he said he spent like a third of the time almost that he spent in the makeup chair that he would for the mask, and he didn't think it was going to be that difficult. I remember some interview.
His favorite scene was the party scene where he didn't have to be in any makeup other than having a fake mole put on his cheek. That was his favorite.
But then that last makeup is really elaborate.
Yeah. The last two he had to do were really elaborate.
Yeah, but I do recall hearing he didn't enjoy it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't want to be inside. Like, first of all, you're under a rubber mask that's actually literally glued to your face. And I mean, this is where Gary T, I think, is right. Where, I mean, I think a lot of the prosthetics are going to go out the door and you'll basically
They're gone.
I think what you'll do is like the deep fake stuff. You'll put your actor in the prosthetic once. You'll scan them in a 360 scan. And then from then on out, you don't have to redo the appliance and all that crap. Yeah.
Yeah. You need a layer and an overlay. The overlay can be a constructed mesh with points. That's it.
And I'm somebody who hates CGI, and I'm getting to the point where the deep fake stuff is getting pretty good.
It's close. You got, dude, you and I have the same problem. The neck, this part of the face, they suck at.
That's when you stare at it fine, but when you do profile, you can really tell because it doesn't match up. The profile has to manipulate to the original asset.
And that's the other problem is the shape of your nose changes when you speak. There's all kinds of problems that go on with that, but they're getting better at it. I mean, the articulation points are getting better. If you have references, it gets better. But it's gonna be a problem going forward. Well, shit. All of this is going to be a work in progress. I mean, Script and I have been talking about this for days now. When it comes to the digital production that's being done right now on shows like Mandalorian and stuff like that, they're having difficulty with what they call final pixel, which I'll define more in one of the videos I'm doing in the future. But they're having some difficulty because they're working on the physics of it all. Let's just put it in those terms.
And Mark C says, I enjoy the Jim Carrey Grinch, it makes me want to give Christina Baranski some Christmas cheer. I hear you.
There you go.
And yeah, I think people are writing out the contact lenses. That's probably was the hardest part for Jim.
Oh God, it sucked.
And Alex, I know you want me to answer this question. I've answered a few of them already, but my answer would probably be King Kong, which we're getting. So there you go. And if it's not King Kong, King Ghidorah. Those are my two favorite.
Yeah, no, Kong's coming.
Yeah. So I mean, Godzilla, those three are like my three favorites right there. So there you go.
Yeah.
That three-headed bastard. That was one of the highlights for me of the last Godzilla movie. Was I wasn't a big fan of the people parts, but the monster parts were cool, and I loved what they did with Ghidorah, with having like the three personalities in the head, and the one that was always getting bitched out for being stupid. Mecha Godzilla's okay, but the mecha ones I've never been a huge fan of. It depends on the story.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, but then again, I am, because she wasn't that great of a singer in the movie. But maybe she was trying to sound like that. But she was probably pretty young. I just remember, I think it was it Faith Hill or Trisha Yearwood who did the radio version of the song, Where Are You, Chris? And I've even played it like twice now on the fucking MEAD radio. That's how much I remember. Yeah, I just remember that song being everywhere. That was not one of my more favorite songs from a soundtrack. Stephen Anders says Sally Forth or Mom from Family Circus. That's a good question.
I don't know. The Mom from Family Circus, maybe for me. I think
I'm gonna have to go with Sally, just because I don't like the short hair on the Mom in the Family Circus.
My mom changed her hair.
She has shorter hair, but not as short.
My mom changed her hair like the wind sometimes, and it just depended on where she was in her work cycle.
That was Faith Hill. Okay. Will there be a MEAD radio stream? Well, this is kind of like I was either going to do this or MEAD radio, and I probably could use some donations from MEAD radio, but I figured people would enjoy just listening to me talk some shit. So I thought a change of pace for once, and nobody else is really streaming, so I'm like, fuck it. If I'm doing MEAD radio, it's generally because other people are streaming, and you can listen to MEAD radio while you're watching other streams. So
yeah, and I listen to it when I go to bed. And I popped over here after I was done over at Wes's. So yeah, this is a really good idea, Tom. And I love it when you do the MEAD radio thing. I get to go to sleep at night. So thank you.
Yeah, Neon Knight says it was too dark. Which was too dark? The Grinch or something else?
Oh, the Grinch, maybe?
I don't know about that. I did see Mank. Did you guys watch that yet?
No, I don't think so.
The David Fincher movie on Netflix about Howard Mankiewicz.
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet. I heard there's a lot of trouble with the script on that.
It's interesting. The movie's good.
It's about him writing Citizen Kane, right?
It is, yeah. Here's my thing with it. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the whole history of Kane and the whole battle over who actually wrote it, or how much Orson Welles had to do with it. And HBO did a really great movie called RKO 281 a few years back. I think it was 99.
Was that with Liev Schreiber?
Yep, Liev Schreiber. And
yeah, I remember that.
John Malkovich played Mank in that one. And that version, okay, here's the thing. You have like these two sides of the story here. It's almost like the RKO 281 almost presents like it presents like no, I lost my train of thought. Because I read
the difference between Wells and Mank with doing the script.
Well, no, whether or not, yeah. Well, the RKO 281 presents like Wells had a lot more to do with the story. Mank is the side that Wells had shit to do with the story. And see, there's a lot of convolution in there, and it was all because of this book that was written claiming that he never wrote anything on the script, but the book overlooks that there was like 7 drafts, and he was rewriting the movie as they were making it. And all kinds of other shit. So like, I kind of go like somewhere in the middle. Like, I think that, as far as the original draft, yeah, Mank wrote it all by himself for the most part. And then Wells came in and edited the fuck out of it. And
so like one of the issues I remember with the screenplay is that it's supposed to be, well, I mean, it was pitched as him writing the script, but deals with all these other things that have nothing to do with him actually writing the script.
Kind of, sorta. I mean, it does meander. The movie itself, okay, I look at it on two levels. On a technical level, it was well made. It looks and feels like a movie that was made in that time period. They even add echo to the voices to make it feel like you're in a theater watching it.
Oh, cool.
Which at first is okay, but then it kind of gets distracting in some parts. But no, it's actually more about the parties and stuff that he used to have with Hearst and stuff, and his relationship with what's her
learning
name?
Miriam and all that stuff.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of more to do with that. And it kind of leads all up to like just how, they're supposed to be friends and how could you do this to a friend and like, kind of thing. So it kind of looks at more of that angle of it. And then again, like the whole alcoholism, it really gets into that part, of course. As far as the movie goes, I'd say RKO 281 was the better of the two. But,
I just remember that vivid scene of Liev Schreiber just taking an axe to the ground so he can get the camera in there.
And that really happened.
Yep.
Mark C says you should really check out Sally Forth by Wallace Wood. That's totally a different newspaper strip. I thought that's the one I did, but let me double check just to make sure I got the right one. Wallace Wood. Let's see. Yep, that's the one. All right. Hang on.
If I asked, I'm going to ask a question. And this is going to open the biggest.
Oh, no, that's a different one, but I'd still go with Sally Forth. Holy shit, would I go with Sally Forth? I can't even show these on here. They're like, yeah.
I'm going to ask a question. It's going to open a can of worms.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Maybe.
If George Lucas were writing a Star Wars script for a film, where would that put you on Disney Star Wars for a Star Wars film?
Depends on who's rewriting it.
It also depends on if there's anyone in the room to say, "Hey, George, that might be an idea that needs more work."
All right, fair enough.
Because we've seen what he does with 3 movies on his own.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that your way of hinting that George Lucas might be writing a script for a Star Wars movie?
I don't know that I was hinting per se.
Well, you're pretty much implying, that's for sure.
Yeah, maybe. I might be.
So now, okay, you got to give us a little more insight though. What kind of one, though?
I can't. It's one that has already got to go. That's all I can say.
One of the ones that was announced?
It's already got to go.
No, there's a couple of movies that they're working on that are good to go, but they're not announcing yet.
Anyway, so
You're
I was
my ass culture, you know that, right?
I will tell you someday. I will tell you in the future. But look, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I'll tell you where babies come from someday too.
That's not what I meant. Look, I'm just saying. There's a lot of stuff that's come out, and there's a lot of other stuff that's come out, and unfortunately, Disney gave us a big whopping nothing. Because they were trying to figure out what was going to hit and what was going to land. And then there's stuff that they actually are doing that we know for sure is going to happen. That wasn't stuff that they announced. So we're in this weird place. I am in this weird place where I'm like, okay, I know this is happening. No, I'm not a tease. I know some stuff is happening and it wasn't announced and it's bothering me. And then there's other stuff where I swear to God, they threw it out there because it sounded good so that they could keep people happy. And it may or may not get made. That bothers me a lot, but it's
a new tactic because every department has their own rumor mill area where they just try to field ideas that they might have a full range of confidence for.
That's how I feel. This is how I feel right now. And for that very same reason, it's like, okay, I know what's going to happen. This is not what's happening. I'm next to this. It's driving me crazy.
Well, not only that, like deals change on a whim.
They do.
I was just talking and making a joke of it this morning.
One question, and then we'll move on from it because I don't want to talk about Star Wars no more.
Okay,
I do know there was rumors of him scouting for locations for the Obi-Wan series. It has nothing to do with that, though, does it? Okay, that's all I wanted to know. There you go. You're an asshole for not telling us anymore.
I will tell you. I can't tell everybody. God dang it. This sucks. I hate this sometimes. It really sucks.
I don't believe you.
Well, listen, the one thing I'm happy to spread around, because I don't, because no one's going to be able to figure it out anyways, is that I know that there's a Knights of the Old Republic script out there
that
they want to do.
Is that the George Lucas one though?
It is not. This was written a year and a half ago, and I think they were going. Yeah, like it was written about year and a half ago. Well, I mean that's the latest time I know it was turned in.
Okay.
Yeah, Robert's right. Tell me, I'll tell everybody. I don't care. No, that's not true. I'm pretty good at keeping myself.
Yeah, well, they've been trying to play with that for a long time, script, but yeah, I know the one I think I know the one you're talking about, but yeah, but here's the weirdest part. No, actually, I'm not going to go there. Look, there's a lot out there. They have so much stuff that's sitting that could be go at any point in time. But there were 3 that I was 100% sure was going to get announced that did not get talked about at all. 2 that I know for sure are being made. Like they've started on stuff. And there were a bunch of stuff they announced that they surprised people. they were like, oh shit. Like the day or 2 before, they were like, oh shit, we have to actually do this. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It was the weirdest. The Investor Day was it was not well conceived, planned, done. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. We don't have to talk about Star Wars anymore. I'm sorry. Wow.
You killed the convo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to find something to talk about here.
Well, apparently Sally Forth was naked or something.
That's what I was saying. Like, I can't even show it.
Oh, damn!
Can't even show it.
Well, that was
though. Very.
I was
very
going to
nice.
change my opinion. I was going to go from Family Circus to naked Sally Forth. That was going to work for me. Maybe not for others. But, hey.
What a Night Court? Okay, now we got to check this out. What?
Whoa, Night Court!
Night Court?
I fucking love Night Court.
Me too. Marky Post, man.
You can't do Night Court without.
You can't do Night Court without Harry Anderson. No,
Harry's the best. Harry's amazing.
According featured videos, I can't really show it, but Bob Iger in the mix for ambassadorship role, a Night Court sequel in the works, and more top news at THR.
Oh man, they shouldn't do a Night Court sequel because there's one character from the first 2 seasons they could bring in to be a judge who had a very close connection with Harry Anderson's character. It was a little black kid named Leroy, I think, who was homeless and he lived in the basement of the court. And he tried to adopt him, but he couldn't.
John Larroquette was such an amazing actor in that show.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Exclusive Night Court back in session. NBC is developing a follow-up to the classic legal comedy series with co-star John Larroquette set to reprise his Emmy-winning role and produce. Didn't they do a spin-off with his character that just flopped?
Yes.
No, but they did. I mean, they kind of did, but they also did one where they did it on 30 Rock where they brought them all together for a follow-up.
Okay.
No. I'm going to vote no and then more no. And I'll top that off with additional no.
No, I don't want this. Melissa Roach is involved.
Can you do something called scrolling up and making this bigger? Because like people like me can't read this.
Okay, I'll read it.
That's a really it's only a 30-year screen.
Okay. The Big Bang Theory alum Melissa Roach will executive produce the reboot for Warner Brothers Television. Written, executive produced by Dan Rubin. Based on the original series created by Reinhold Weege. The multi-camera Night Court centers on blah, 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 blah. We know all this.
Melissa Roach is going to be a prosecutor or defendant, right?
The original and
yeah, she's going to be a
Melissa Roach will be executive producer with Winston Roach via their After January production company, which is based at Warner Brothers. After January produces in association with WBTV. Yeah, it's just a bunch of legal bullshit from there on out. Nothing about the show. Nothing about what the show will be outside of Larroquette.
Yeah. Was Larroquette still not a district attorney, just only the assistant?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know what they would do. I mean, listen, I know of a couple of things that they could do for that show, but it would just be bad form. I would argue.
Looks like Mr. Tickle Trunk is passing out. Sweet dreams, buddy. Have a good
night,
one.
sir.
Hopefully you don't have bad dreams about this. No, you cannot do this without Harry Anderson. It just no.
You can't. No, he made the show.
No, and I mean, even if you get everybody else back, which is everybody even still alive besides Harry?
Well, Marky Post is still alive and still looks great. Burke is still alive. I can't remember. Oh, I know that actor's name is just escaping me at the moment. I think Roz is still alive. Bull is still alive. Man, I can remember the character names. I'm just blanking on the actors' names. Richard Mole. Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, I'm with Neon. No thanks. I don't think I need it. Yeah, Larroquette won the Emmy almost every year. Lady Toriel says, "No culture, don't say it."
Yeah.
I don't know. Why? Just let it alone. Is it going to be a bunch of BLM shit?
That's not something you can make fun about. And everything about the Night Court was making fun of the characters. Oh my God, they could bring Brent Spiner back because he was in like 4 episodes.
Yes, and he was so funny as the Hicks. My God,
he was going to be a main character of the following season, but got Next Generation.
Yeah, he did, and they were so great. He and his wife, and they came in. They were talking about like the chickens and the eggs. One of the freaking episodes is I died. I spent like
grandma dies.
Oh my God. And his delivery was so amazing, deadpan, which is I guarantee you how he got the part in TNG. I'm like, I'm going to die here. And oh my God, it was so great. Yeah.
Let's make the Andy Griffith show without Andy Griffith while we're at it.
Or Matlock without Andy Griffith.
Alex comes in with another question. Who would you cast for a hypothetical early 90s Suicide Squad movie? I go with Barbara Hershey's Poison Ivy. Look her up. She sort of resembles Silver. She does. I have no idea.
I'd go with Marky Post as Black Canary just to fight the Suicide Squad.
Wow. Shit. I'd have to think about that. That's going to take a while.
You could still get Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Yeah, you could. He was amazing. 90s. Shit. That's going to take a while.
Well, you got to figure out who are going to be the bad guys of the Suicide Squad because they do change quite often. So you got to pick your villains first, and then you got to figure out the cast for that.
90s.
Bobcat Goldthwait for everybody.
Dude.
As the real Bobcat, or as a character?
Wait,
with the
no. He would be. He'd be a good Boomerang. Let's see.
No, you got to get Paul Hogan as Boomerang.
You think so?
Well, he was Boomerang's pretty much based off of him.
Of course, Bobcat would be the one to have the trailer line. It's like, look at us. We're like some kind of Suicide Squad.
No, make Bobcat Goldthwait Killer Croc.
Oh, dude.
I'll eat you up.
That would no. Wait.
Waylon Jones.
I was gonna say like Mr. T for Croc
or Toyman. Bobcat Toyman.
Get in my mouth. Sylvester Stallone. I don't know. I'm not a.
It would be.
I'd have to think of actors. I don't know.
God dang it. Okay. I'm going to have to think about it. Sorry.
I'm not real good with those kind of questions.
That's going to take me.
Now, if you're asking like a future question, like who would you like to see play somebody, those are a little bit easier. Sometimes even those are difficult, but the theoretical, hypothetical ones, I'm not real good with. Hey, Sister Harrow, how you doing? Sends in an Australian $10. Hey, home early from work. Glad you could make it. And she caught the live stream. Glad to hear. What do you think about the rumor that HBO Max may introduce ads during movies? Yeah, that's going to be a way that I've heard and brought up in the past that they will do to amortize the cost of these things along with, okay, yeah, you can watch it with ads, or you can pay a little extra and not watch it with ads. Go ahead.
And and they're doing that's the Hulu model, and you'll see that from a lot of streaming services. Just
Peacock's doing it right now, and they're really successful at it at the front of the
moment. Yeah, actually, their revenues have been much higher than anticipated, so it's been a very working model. And of course, Hulu's been doing it for years. So there you are.
Well, and that's why I think the Peacock thrived on that, is they knew it worked with Hulu.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But not only that, they basically knew that they were competing with YouTube, and YouTube's free. So they figured, listen, if it's a streaming service, let's just do it just like network television, sell advertisements in between the shows, since they're going to be formatted like that anyways. And then at least we'll make an extra tier of money, and we'll get people's eyes on the service.
Here's a game. It's like movie Jeopardy. Bobcat in a Godzilla outfit. That's one crazy summer. Just throw me random more new stuff. There you go.
Speaking of which, I think we need to as a community watch Meatballs, because I think everybody would feel better.
Are you ready for the summer
after watching Meatballs?
Are you ready for the?
We just want to get crap. Who's that guy from SNL? Because it was like 25 years, but it's Tim Meadows. Tim Meadows to say Meatballs. That's a really great movie. He has a sketch where he talks about meatballs, where he's like he's like the sex talk show guy.
Oh, when he's doing the ladies' man.
Yeah, the ladies' man. He's like Meatballs. Now I thought this was gonna be a porn, but that's a really good movie.
Really good movie. It's very good. It's a good movie. Yeah, no. But seriously, I think everybody out there in the community, if you have not seen Meatballs, or even if you have, you should watch it. It's very good.
Just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It just. Oh god dang! What a great movie.
Yeah, I watched Scrooge the other night.
Dude, me too. I watched Gremlins 1 and 2 last night or the night before.
So the holidays.
I think it was last night.
So wait, you know what? This leads us into a great thing, and I love Tom Foolery for this, because we don't have a format here. Tom let me come on, and that means you have no format. I love
Fox.
Yeah, that's true. But the holidays are important because it allows us to watch holiday movies, and the boss and I have a tradition of watching. Oh, hey, Diego Flores, how's it going?
Diego Flores says Tom, script culture movie that really needs a reboot because it was good but massively flopped, especially 80s or 90s movie.
That's good. Like I know movies that stunk that could be remade from.
Like my go-to always is like The Last Starfighter, just because it didn't live up to its potential.
And I still think that's one of the best. I think that's one of those most underrated movies ever. I loved it. I loved Disney's film called Condor Man. I think that
I remember
really
Condor
good.
Man. For years, I thought it was Regis Philbin in that role because the voice is identical, but it's not.
No, I think Condor Man was great. I think that was the actor that played Greatest American Hero, which I think is awesome.
William Catt.
Let's see.
No, I don't think it was William Catt and Condor Man.
Kroll could have used a good. Like I liked Kroll a lot. But
Kroll would be a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of sword and sorcery movies from the early 80s and late 70s that could, if done well. That's the thing, is look at something like, the problem is you have like Clash of the Titans fucking sucked.
Oh, the original?
No, the original's great.
Oh yeah,
the remake
fucking sucks. The both of them are terrible. Flight of the Navigator is probably a good one. There you go, Robert Frey. I mean, again, another one that could have, you could reboot, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I love it. But yeah.
Man, that's hard. You guys are giving me hard questions tonight. What's up? You guys are amazing. I love it.
Congo.
Congo.
That's the 90s, but
Congo.
yeah.
I would love to see a sequel to Last Action Hero, but that'll never happen. And
I
Willie
want a
wants to know-
sequel to Commando. Shot for shot sequel to Commando with Alyssa Milano in the Schwarzenegger role, rescuing her geriatric father. Bring back Vernon Wells.
A semi-sequel to Commando, and that was what Suburban Commando turned into.
Yep.
Willie wants to know if Gremlins 2 is on streaming. I don't. You're up in Canada, right? So I don't know if it'd be the same.
Yeah, I own the movies, so I just put them in the Blu-ray player.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on any services right now. I know it's not on HBO Max at the moment, but.
Oh wait, I know one for sure. Definitely needs a remake. Is Double Team with Dennis Rodman and
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No,
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah.
It doesn't need to be remade at all.
It's not bad.
It's an amazing movie.
Victor Harrow wants to know if I'd like to see a reboot of Jason the Argonauts or some old Simba's movies. Kind of maybe, but then again, I don't know if you'd lose the charm. Like,
yeah, I mean, the stop motion
are kind of what make those. Yeah,
I love those old Sword and Sandals films.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When you look back in time at Clash of the Titans and the Sinbad,
Jason the Argonauts and the Golden Fleece and all that stuff.
You look at all of those things, and that stop motion animation was the beginning of what we have now. Why would you? I don't know. That's like poisoning things. We knew what you meant, Sister Harrow, of course.
Well, they used stop motion animation for the most recent episode of The Mandalorian with the walkers.
They have redone the Sinbad movies many times over. I think.
Yeah, but think about it. The Djarik table in the original A New Hope, that was stop motion.
Yep.
So when you look at it, has a history, and
to me, it's more about like this Larry thing, like Harryhausen, like his specific stuff is it's almost like you can tell, like when you look at an art painting or you hear a song and you know the artist, like that's the way Harryhausen is with me. Yeah,
and Larry gave me a great thing because of the Hausen. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen could be redone and be much better than it was as the original film.
That's one. But I know they talked about rebooting Buckaroo Banzai, but that never got off the ground.
And that would be another.
It's really close on that.
That would be another example of amazing. The Remo Williams was underperformed. It could have been very good.
Alfred, no.
No,
they're trying, but no.
The only way I'd accept it is if it was still in the same universe. Yeah.
It was the third or fourth time, and you can't replace the family that was surrounding Alf.
Yeah.
Diego says, "I say Great Mouse Detective, underrated movie, and American Tail killed it at the time. Most of my friends haven't even heard of it. I don't know if remaking it's going to do any good now. Disney probably will get to it eventually.
Diego, I'm right there with you. I think it was vastly superior to the.
But it is a very under.
It's underappreciated.
Disney does not really. I don't know. Is it even on Blu-ray? Yeah, I think it is. I think I have it.
I think it is. But here's something. It's not a movie. It's a television show. It got one season. Mark Zickery, sci-fi writer, worked on it. And it's called Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
That is actually ripe for a remake because it was a cross between family and dark. It didn't have the best management of tone, but you could totally do that now for a current audience. And because the cast by default and characters is diverse, you do hit a lot of your quotas. And it's also about like the human beings being kind of turned into a Borg, and the guy who did the voice for Magneto in the X-Men cartoons is like the bad guy in that series, and it's got, it's a desolate Earth that's overrun by machines and human resistance, and there's a lot of cool things and aspects to that you can have fun with, and I think that would be a great property to reintroduce to current era, and probably could last longer than the original.
Yeah, I remember it being with all the interactivity and stuff with the toys and all that stuff. Yeah, I remember when it came out. I had a bunch of them.
Okay, I want to say this because I was recently shown something that I didn't want to see by Script Doctor. I don't want a new Labyrinth, and anyone who does should be punished.
No, I don't want a new Labyrinth either.
No, I know, but it was part of the thing you sent me, and now that I've seen
Oh,
it,
I don't agree
remember
with
that
all
they're
those
going to
names.
redo it. No. But somebody's going to do this, and it makes me angry.
Dark
and
Crystal, fine. Labyrinth, no. Again, that goes back to the whole thing before. You cannot do Labyrinth without David Bowie.
But how do you do Dark Crystal without the magic of Henson?
Well, because his kids are still alive, and his kid had a lot more to do with that shit than he did.
His
in
oldest
some
kid
ways.
is not so much Jim. Like Brian Henson's not
No,
Jim.
but I haven't seen it. But I've heard a lot of great things about the Dark Crystal.
Well, no, the Netflix thing was very close. It was pretty good, but man, I don't know.
But no, that's my problem with Labyrinth, though. Is it's David Bowie?
You
Without
can't do
David
it.
Bowie.
That's my problem with Dune. And I know that Nerd Kickies and I are going to go 4 or 5 or 10 rounds about it. But without Sting, how can you do Dune?
Sting was barely in Dune.
Back to our early conversations. As much as I love the animated Lord of the Rings, I will not sit there and go, "Yeah, but they're 10 times better than the Peter Jackson movies."
But how can you do The Wedding Singer without Billy Idol? I mean, there is something to be said for the rocker.
I get where you're coming from. I get your point you're trying to make, but no.
Okay.
Diego Flores sends in another 1690 Peruvian. I think it's Souls, right? Now another curveball, a movie that needs to be remade because it has been lost to time. Could have been successful, just is gone from our culture. That's a tough question because chances are if it was a movie, especially that came from an era of the video age, if it was lost to time, then it's probably not going to have a lot of mass appeal now. I think that's why they're trying to go after things like Short Circuit, and it's not going to work. Revenge of the Nerds is one we talked about this morning. Even with Seth MacFarlane, I just don't know if it's going to work.
I got to hear what his take is before I can figure it out, because now, because as I was telling you before that show, like when I was just starting out as a writer, like I'm a nerdy looking man. And a low-level exec at Fox asked if I wanted to be a nerd in Revenge of the Nerds. And I laughed at her and said, "It's not happening. That movie's not getting made." And I was right.
Yeah, and they've tried like 4 times now. So
yes, they have. Yeah.
But no, like, gosh, Howard the Duck.
Oh no, that you might be right there. Yeah, Howard the Duck.
But I know that kind of really doesn't count because it's already based on a comic book. But that's the thing.
We've talked about some films that were nearly lost to time and were only preserved out of like happenstance, like Nosferatu and things like that.
Yeah, you're going way back. But there's even some stuff out of the 70s and 80s that have been almost lost. They can't find the original fucking or Beastmaster. They can't find the original negative. So there's a lot of movies they can't find the negatives of. Beastmaster's one that's kind of ripe for but that was a pretty successful franchise.
I would say Deathstalker, actually.
That's another one. Like
movies.
That, yeah,
Deathstalker 2 is the best one, but like, they did 5 of them, and they never really were huge. They're kind of like cult movies, or just cult adjacent, if you want.
That's a tough question. Because again, like a lot of times, like when you see ideas like that, if they weren't executed right the first time, or at least to where you can see like some potential in there. I mean, the best remakes are ones like, look at The Fly. I mean, it's barely like the original. Barely.
Well, you also had incredible performances. I mean, you had 2 very involved actresses that were engaged in creating something that was, I don't know if it honored the original property, but it really dived deep into the psyche, the psychological aspect of that film. I mean, and a lot of that has to be attributed to the writing and direction, but man, Davis and crazy fucker did a really good job in that film. So.
Eric's got a good question here. Which is better movie, Lethal Weapon versus Die Hard? Which has the better villains? What's the difference between them? And which is the perfect Christmas movie? Okay, first answer, Die Hard. Second answer, Die Hard. Third answer, the difference between them.
Well, one's a buddy cop and the other one's
that's the big difference. Lethal Weapon and Die Hard are that's pretty much it. Die Hard is a man on his own, and Lethal Weapon's
Lethal Weapon is
film.
Lethal Weapon has the better continuity of franchise and consistency and quality. Die Hard, there's Die Hard,
and then The Last Answer's Die Hard.
Yeah.
Wow, Tom, you and I agree on something. Write it down.
Well, I'll argue that Die Hard is the greatest action movie of all time. Like as far as just pure action films.
And I love the fact that it's got this great little subtlety, which is both John McClane and his wife come to realize that even though they have the responsibilities of their jobs, they mean nothing compared to each other by the end.
Well, what's your choice for greatest action film of all time, Culture?
I'm not doing it right.
And if it doesn't have karate in it, then it's not. It doesn't count.
Well, Die Hard doesn't really have karate.
No, I know, but that's the only thing that could trump Die Hard.
Okay, well, Rumble in the Bronx. No,
wrong.
No, I was kidding. Jesus Christ. No, look. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What has the best 8 minutes in any film?
Deep Throat?
No.
Oh God.
I'm not. Action movie, you dirty bastard.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, I'm sure you have a specific reason for saying this, but I don't know. That roof sequence in Die Hard is pretty fucking hard to beat.
How about Ronin?
Ronin's all right.
Ronin's good.
Isn't that a remake itself?
But think about those 8 minutes in the car chase scene.
It is good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. That's the problem is we can talk about all these amazing films and we love them all so very much. And there are reasons that we love them. I can't disagree with you. I think Die Hard is superior to Lethal Weapon. And I think for all of the reasons that we've talked about, but there are other action films that might be better.
Here's my reasoning for this. And this is, of course, obviously just purely subjective, but I look at it as Die Hard hits like all the major beats of a great action film. And it was before Bruce Willis was a star. And yeah, you can make the arguments like, why wouldn't something like Rambo 2 or Terminator 2? And those are really high on that list as far as I'm concerned. But Die Hard is just like pure cocaine. Like, you know what I mean? It's unadulterated. Nothing has touched it. It's not foiled in any way. It's a pure virgin action film. Something about it is just every single beat is correct. There's not a damn thing in that movie I would change. And I have a hard time, because, that's the thing is there's not one thing in that movie I could think of changing.
So if
Likewise, it's pretty solid.
Okay, and I agree with both of you, but if you were to rewind the clock, what was the beginning? This is fun, guys. We're having fun here. What was the beginning of action films?
Oh God.
It wasn't Die Hard.
No. And it has nothing to do with that. Cause like Marcus.
No.
Bullets One and the Mad Max movies are always also films that should be considered. And again, this is a completely subjective choice.
No, it is. And but I want to rewind the clock. I want to find out. So if we're gonna start talking about it, where are we? What started the action genre? What officially kicked it off? And why? You think so?
My guess that would probably be the closest thing that, or because was it an robbery or something like that? One of the first.
Was it an epic film? Perhaps,
or it could have been a Bible film or Ben-Hur or something like that.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. Was Ben-Hur not the first action film?
If you're talking about the silent one, maybe, but I think there was other.
I think there was a Zorro movie that came up.
I was going to say there was other stuff.
That also silent? Was that first Zorro film silent?
Probably.
There's the second Zorro film wasn't, and that was before Ben-Hur.
Shit.
But you're making a good point though. Culture. Yeah. That's very.
The problem is you, because you and I and Script have all watched a lot of film. I mean, if you went to film school, or if you went to multiple film classes, you were subjected to a lot of this stuff. So, I mean, would the hijinks films of Buster or our friend Mr. Chaplin, would those be considered action? I know they were high in hijinks.
They have stunts, but I don't know if I'd consider them action.
I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, some of their comedy and well, again, this is where we run into weirdness. So, but that's why I ask these questions because I like to, stir. But no, I would say that probably Die Hard's the best action film. It was probably the most pure action film I've ever seen in my life.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah,
and I think that you can't replace any of the bad guys in any of the films, and even in recycling the same concept in the films. I mean, I don't know. They did a great job of it. I mean, think about the fact that they added in Samuel L. Jackson in the third film.
Oh, I love Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah, with a Vengeance is a great follow-up.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Turner says Die Hard is so good. Tom and I debated John and Holly. Yeah, we did a little conversation about.
You know what? And Mega Jetty 1, respect, because when you argue with Tom, you're awesome. Just saying it. Yeah.
Eric has a follow-up to that. Excuse me. What if Lethal Weapon and Die Hard doesn't set in Christmas? Will it work?
Ooh.
Die Hard, no. Lethal Weapon, probably. But there are still a lot of messages in Lethal Weapon that do tie into the whole Christmas family aspect. But
it does.
But if there's one that you could probably get away with pulling it out of, it would probably be Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, but still,
Lethal Weapon you can get away with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Lethal Weapon is a different genre because it is a buddy cop like that. It's adjacent. It's a different type of thing. It doesn't take place in a single night. There's a mystery to it. There's an investigation. It's far more of like an actual ongoing process or an assignment sort of case. Where Die Hard is basically wrong. Guy in the wrong situation at the wrong time.
Yeah, and that part of it is like he's not some superhero. That's
yeah.
Whoa. Wait. Now here's the thing, Diego Flores. I now have to see Surf Ninjas.
It's got Rob Schneider in it.
Diego says greatest action movie of all time is Surf Ninjas. It has karate and ninjas. Enough said. You got a point, but if that mentality, we could go by Ninja Turtles as well. I'll be glad I didn't pick that one. See,
Ninja Turtles is a very good movie too.
That's my favorite comic book movie. So,
dude, no, Ice Pirates. Then fuck you. Oh.
Ice Pirates is a great film. Now there's a movie. Okay, now going back to that one question, there's a movie that didn't live up to its expectations or could have gone farther. And if you're going to remake one, that's a great idea.
Oh my God!
Isn't there another sci-fi with Molly Ringwald and Ernie Hudson?
Yeah, and I can't think of the name of it now. I think I might even have the soundtrack.
I know I have the movie. I'm just checking my digital archive because I've got them all copied there real quick.
Script. If you and I could remake Ice Pirates, that'd be amazing.
Come on, Ice Pirates is great. It's basically Mad Max meets Star Wars. How can you go wrong?
With inappropriate sexual innuendo everywhere. That's fantastic.
And Bruce Valanche.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, look.
Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. That's the one.
Yes.
That should be remade too.
I want to get that, but I don't think they've released the 3D version of it yet.
Time Bandits is the least appreciated movie of its time, in my opinion. I think nobody that has seen that film would argue with me. I think that you would say, you know what, this film should have made more money and been more a part of the cultural zeitgeist. But I could be wrong.
And you know what, you're right. And I'll tell you what, Plan 9 from Outer Space is not as bad as everybody says it is. It's actually a pretty damn good movie.
There's better ones, but it's still hysterical and all the right.
Well, of course. But
well, there is, because there's a reason they say that this guy lit something like Ed Wood. There's a reason for that. Anyway.
No. I mean, you could remake it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Lady Turiel to the rescue. Thank you. Anything that is Musketeers is freaking awesome. Errol Flynn.
I don't know. There's this late 70s Musketeers film that's pretty much perfect.
Errol Flynn.
Are you talking about the ones that the Selkines made?
I don't.
Different one.
I think before that, but maybe. It's been a while since I've seen them. But it may have been the Selkine ones.
I like swashbuckler movies, but I prefer sword and sorcery.
No. Dude.
I like swords and sandals too.
Errol Flynn was a badass. I don't care what anybody says. It's fucking awesome. Just so you know.
His Robin Hood film. I mean, he was fun as Robin Hood. The narrative of that film was kind of weird, but like I dug it. I dug all the set pieces, the all takes and everything. Pretty cool.
Oh my god!
Just me personally, I prefer the. Yeah.
I prefer Men in Tights.
No. Okay, look, Disney made some decent swashbuckler movies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, Treasure Island, amazing.
Pirates of the Penzance, as he just as Thanatos just brought up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun, Tom. Thanks for making us come out and yell about films. This is good time.
Yeah, I wish more people would have showed up, but
we have people here. There were people watching us.
I
Holy
meant
shit.
in our show here in the part,
Oh, they could remake Swamp Thing because I mean the first one was pretty good with Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah, that's not one that
But, and they tried with the DC Universe series, which kind of had a decent start, but then petered out. But great makeup and effects.
We really
for a few episodes.
Yeah, I think Swamp Thing is one of those. Does Princess Bride count as swashbuckling?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Swashbuckling love story fantasy. It's great.
Yeah,
great
plus
film.
the dude with the black hair that all the old people like.
Diego Flores, thank you so much, sir. You don't have to keep doing this, but we appreciate it. Adventures in Dinosaur City. I would love to see how they would do it now. That makes me think we also need a Super Mario Brothers movie, especially after Sonic's relative. Well, we are getting a Mario Brothers movie, but it's going to be animated.
We need a physical universe of like Nintendo. I think we could do it now. I
don't know. No Dennis Hopper or Bob Hoskins. I don't want to see it.
Honestly, I'm one of those people. I did not hate the fucking Mario Brothers. I will actually kind of stick up for it sometimes.
I didn't have a problem with it either, and I'm also one of those weird people.
I saw that movie in theaters, and it was just me and all the other kids that were the only ones left awake by the end because the lights came up and the kids started to leave, and all the parents were still asleep.
Now, do I think they should continue that? No. As far as the Nintendo universe, oh yeah, I can see that happening.
I think there could be a legitimate live action Nintendo universe, and I think they could do it very well, and especially nowadays with the way we can make film. It's the whole reason why I think you could do. Again, it comes down to the same thing that Tom and I agree on. If you use the actors in the physical appliance suits like they had in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films, the early films, you can definitely make all of these things happen. And I think that you should. And I don't know why you don't.
I'll just warn everybody though, as far as a Nintendo cinematic universe kind of thing, it'll probably be very kid oriented. They will make sure they never fall into what happened before. Because that was what I'm sure they figured ruined that original movie, was that the filmmakers wanted to go a little bit more adult oriented, and
it didn't land. Yeah,
Nintendo has really pulled back on the adult factor.
But here's the problem: every single one of your long-term fans is an adult person, Tom.
To a point, but Mario, you got to treat it almost like Sonic.
Okay.
Like as much of a kids movie as Sonic was, they did it right.
So is Jeremy Griggs going to be excited about? I'm just saying.
Probably not, and that's okay. But you know what? He's also got kids, and he knows that's something he can take his kids to that's safe.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's one thing you couldn't get out of that last movie was it was not safe for kids. Like no way.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you that Sonic, outside of some hokiness, was pretty good.
No, I'm talking about Mario, but yeah.
No, absolutely, yeah, no.
Because there's no way you can set up 4-year-old. Yeah, no. The movie was the fault of that movie was all on the directors.
You think so?
Yeah, you had a wife and husband team who had only directed one movie before.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
And their main claim to fame was that they had something to do with Max Headroom. And I don't know what the fuck Nintendo and everybody was thinking. Disney came in the last minute to save the movie, and I think they wound up with distribution on it, and they pretty much buried the movie.
By the way, so I want to, just for fun, because you said Max Headroom, why did Netflix kill one of the most amazing potentials they had for a sci-fi show in Altered Carbon?
Well, season 2 did not do well.
No, season 1 was amazing. You had the dude from Max Headroom. You had like a whole lot of like forward carrying storylines, and you slayed it.
Yeah.
No, I think it had to do with season 2. It went in a really different direction. I haven't seen all of it. Heard some things were rough, and I also heard it was really expensive. So,
and that's totally fair. And however you say your name,
mm.
yeah, I totally understand people who don't like the movie. I mean, I like it for like the cheesy reasons and just stupid reasons. I get it; it's not real representative of what Mario is at all.
This is a good question, Boag.
Yeah, and Boag brings in another question here with a Mexican $20. Why live action though? Why not animated? Good question. Good question. Depends on what you're talking about. There's a lot of things that lend themselves well to animation. No
They're probably just
problem
going to
there.
record someone playing the Mario game and then put some lines to it and put it up on the screen.
And if you're talking about Mario, the new movie will be animated. The new Mario movie is going to be made by Illumination, isn't it? Script,
I think so.
Working on it. The company that did the I'm pretty sure because that's the company that did the
it is. Yeah, the minions and stuff.
Minions,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And if that works out, I guarantee you we'll see a Zelda movie and whatever other properties they got, Star Fox, whatnot. But again, don't expect it to be like adult oriented in any way. It's definitely going to be aiming at that young demographic.
Yeah, I think so too.
But yeah, so there you go. But if you were talking about something else, just let us know. Diego says Nintendo is really inconsistent. The Switch ads clearly should.
I think it's supposed to be show.
They recognize that their public was young adults, but then they say games for kids. That's the thing. Ever since the whole like Nintendo, well, they are kind of like the Disney of the video game industry.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
I mean, that's kind of what I was going to get to. Is you got to kind of look at it this way. They know they have a reputation to uphold. They will do some more adult oriented games, but as far as their in-house properties, they're all fairly kid directed and colorful, and they know where their bread and butter is. It's all about creating new customers.
Here's the thing. You can deliver something that's family friendly.
Absolutely.
But you don't have to abandon adult themes.
No, you don't.
You can still have an adult theme and be family friendly.
No, but what I mean is they really are, from what I heard from this animated film, they're really aiming for that like 6 to 12-year-old demographic.
Oh, and they'll hit it every time. If you think about what they're doing in their theme park development, it is oriented more towards the tweens, to be honest with you. So they know where they're going, and they know what's acceptable to the adults in their audience, and they know what's acceptable to their teens, and they're cutting a happy medium. But you'll still as an adult appreciate it, just like you do for games like Breath of the Wild and things like that. The Zelda franchise lends itself to catering more towards an adult audience, even though it's oriented around children. So they know what they're doing.
Oh, I saw someone mention Thunderbirds in the chat. Yeah, that could be remade.
Oh yeah, well they tried that.
Oh my!
I mean, Jonathan Frakes, tried, but he just
you can't do it live action though. You got to either do it with just like the puppets, like
you have to use the marionettes.
Super marionation.
Yeah, exactly. And nowadays, because of the production quality that we can get out of that, do it, man. I'm telling you right now, I would jump over backwards for Thunderbirds or similar.
Oh man, someone on YouTube made a Super Marionation sci-fi show during the lockdown. I wish I had that saved somewhere. But it was actually not bad. It was sci-fi. They found old Super Marionation dolls and they did the whole thing. I think they had like 2 or 3 dolls that they used.
It would be really easy to do, and with 3D printing and everything, do you realize what I could come up with for stuff like that? I mean, come on, let's do that. God, do you realize how much money we would make over dumb shit like that? It would be amazing. Think about the show with the something Mystery Science Theater 3000. That same kind of a concept, but except that you were actually making the show and not mocking the show. It would be so much fun. I think it'd be great.
Well, actually, we brought up Married with Children earlier today on the morning show, Memento. I said they need to do Married with Grandchildren.
Oh my God, that'd be great. Holy cow.
Okay, I found the show. It's called Nebula 7.
Why is it we got to raise our kids? What kind of crap is this? And since you're a grandma now, why don't you get in the kitchen and make some pies and stuff?
Oh, that'd be so great.
Oh, could you imagine like Darcy from across the street?
I almost don't want her in the show.
Oh, script. Thank you so very much for this.
Oh, yeah. No, this is really impressive. And yeah, like you have a 3D printer culture. I've also got one too. we can make cool models.
I
and
have
stuff.
several of them. I have several of them.
Oh yeah, you have several.
And
I only have
can
one.
do-
I only have the
and-
space for one.
no, and I can do destructive manufacturing too. So whatever is required, I can do.
That's pretty cool. They need to fix their sound though.
Well, yeah, these are guys that just did it in their apartment. They even have a They even have a how they did it.
Sorry, I'm just somebody who's like really into like the sound effects and shit. Like,
yeah,
dude.
Otherwise, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'm sold. I hope you shared that with the audience because they're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, that's not that horrid, but I mean, they could use a new sound mixer. Anyway,
it would be so easy to do, guys. Easy. We could do amazing things. Plus,
for us, was that what we were just looking up?
Yeah. Well, look,
yeah.
Here's the other thing. So we can make 3D. This is the thing that's Jesus. Script and I were talking about this the other day. If we wanted to do live action stuff, it would be really easy to do because we can make 3D appliances that are replicable very easily. We can scan it once and then map your face, and then we're done. Anything else that we do from that point forward is replicable. And it's not that hard. Anyway, it is what it is. Sorry. Okay. What is Infected Goat saying? This doesn't sound good.
It opens at Married with Grandchildren.
Yeah, because
it opens with Marcy's funeral.
That would be so.
Yeah,
that would be wonderful. Thank you. That was brilliant. Good thoughts on that.
Marcy ran off with a 9 binary. Jefferson. Yeah, as long as you have, that would be funnier is if you have the two men living together.
The two original husbands.
Yeah, Steve and the other one.
You make it 2.5 men married with children. That'd be freaking awesome.
Well, no, they're just living together as bachelors because they both,
like they're recovering from Marcy marriage.
Yeah.
Except for one thing, the redhead lady is great. She was really good in terms of Anarchy. Yeah, Katie Seagal was really, really good.
Oh well, of course you have to bring her back. Her and that's the whole thing. Like it could work. Get a hold of me, Viacom, because I guess Viacom owns it. It's like you fuckers want something good, there you go. And you make it all about this fucking woke bullshit. You make the grandkids all into this woke shit and
you can laugh at it. You have to be able to laugh.
And Al's just like, yeah. Fuck
you got to make Bud the single loser, and then Kelly has like the 2 kids, and the husband like took off.
Well, Kelly's out of work because her work is always problematic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be great.
She got fired this week for being a stripper, this week for being a porn, whatever.
No, she gets fired for normal office stuff because they won't hire her because she's too seductive.
There you go. Yeah,
and white.
Keep saying I dress problematic, Dad. I don't get it. And she's wearing like a skirt that's you can see her butt and everything. Like, yeah.
Then there's the one time where she wears like a jumpsuit at the factory, but when she when she gets it wet and it sticks to her body, she gets fired.
And of course, she has a kid that's the complete opposite of her, that is like a nerd, and really good at school, right? And then
exactly,
of course, Bud has to have a daughter, so of course that makes him feel guilty with all his tail chasing.
I would say Bud shouldn't have any kids, and he should just be stuck as a guy who's never.
No, I think he's got to have a daughter. That's the whole fucking joke of it, is that they each have kids, and that Peg and Al have to end up raising them because they all still live in the same fucking house.
Yeah, Bud still lives in the basement.
Really? Infected Goat? I have not watched the Connors since.
Yeah, she is.
Wow.
Yeah, I think she's a bar owner, and she and Dan are in a relationship. Last I remember hearing.
Married with grandchildren. Fuck that noise. It's the same concept.
If I were Kurt Sutter, I would be going, nah, that's probably not where you want to be, Katie. But that's just me. This is me.
And like you said, Script, Ed O'Neill just finished up his other show. I mean, this would be the perfect thing for him to bounce to. I mean, he doesn't have to do it. That's the best part. So it's not like it's a desperation move.
No, and I mean, he loves that type of vaudevillian comedy that he got to do with Al Bundy, with like all the weird like maneuvers and panics and excitements that he did was great.
See, now Divorce with Children would be Bud's show. Like if they just decided to do like a Bud Bundy spinoff. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
that would be funny. Like he's stuck raising kids. Yeah.
He's a weird dude, man.
Well, that's the whole point. Is he's in no way, shape, or form should he be a father.
No, but I mean, in real life, he's a weird dude. I
It
mean,
would be even funnier if they find out that his daughter's not actually his daughter, but like he was like married to the woman and she had a kid with someone else, and this cladding dude was Bud's, and he finds out at the end it's not, but he's still stuck taking care of it.
At the very, very end of the show, yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
interesting. That'd be interesting. There's a good twist. But now you just gave away the whole show. Nobody's gonna watch it.
That doesn't matter. I mean, we're gonna do it with puppets anyway. It doesn't matter.
No, and better yet, you have Jefferson and Steve living together, pretending they're gay, like they actually got married and shit, just for the benefits and crap.
That'd be so great. That'd be so great.
But like you go into their bedroom and the two beds that are just separated, like in the old 1950s.
Oh my god, like Dick Van Dyke Show or some shit.
Like Dick Van Dyke.
And Al's the only one who really knows. Yeah. And Al's the only one who really knows, yeah.
Which is why they're still members of the No Ma'am Club, even though like
Are you listening, Viacom? This is fucking gold.
Dude, do you realize how many shows we've created as a community this week? It's like seven this week. It's insane. God, we if you want to make money, listen to us. Fuck.
No, but I think that would be perfect. Yeah, you give Kelly, this nerdy boy who's like the absolute opposite of her, and he's great in school. In fact, like you even put him where he's like a Sheldon type, where he's advanced and all this kind of stuff.
He's 10 years old and in high school. Yeah.
Yeah. And like he's the absolute opposite of her, of course. And then, like I said, with Bud, you give him, the daughter, and he's of course conflicted with his whole women chasing ways, and now having to be a father and to a daughter,
up guys to his hot daughter.
To his daughter. Yeah. And then you have her be like a coming of age teenage daughter who's got a bunch of guys just like him around. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You guys realize you're doing the proper reboot, right? Show.
Well, here's the funniest part: like all the guys that comes after Bud's daughter are all like the soy boys and stuff. Oh my God. And so it makes it even funnier.
Well, you've got to make them creeps like him. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So like that's where he starts seeing how he was all these years. That's the whole reason you do that. And then like the same thing with Kelly is her son is so smart. He basically keeps helping her, in life,
He writes he writes resumes for her and helps her get
he's the adult. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, exactly. And he's like, well, Mom, you need to put your money in this stock. I mean, because there are multiples trading at this level, and oh man, it would be great. I love this already. I really do.
Absolutely. And she doesn't understand what he's doing. It's just
no.
You can always come up. He put money in the giggle, and now we're rich.
The giggle. Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, and like she's basically there you go. And then like she's and that's why they're still all living in the same place because the kid basically and her are basically supporting the whole family.
That would be amazing.
Al owns the shoe store now, but he can barely keep it above.
That's right. He's like, it's like. Oh, I can pay people. Oh, I can't pay people. I can pay people. Oh, I can't pay people. It'd be great.
Well, what we need is Ed O'Neill to get on board. That's the main thing. If Ed O'Neill were to hear this idea, and he would be on board with it. Yeah. And like I said, you can get around the whole Marcy thing. Just get rid of her.
Yeah,
and that's the best part is you get Jefferson and Steven living together, and the whole joke is they're pretending to be gay.
and I promise you, Applegate would be in on this. Like nobody.
I'm sure. What has she been doing lately?
Yeah, even the kid that played Bud, who's a fucking crazy dude. He's crazy. I'm not kidding. He'd probably sign up to do this too.
He would. Applegate, I think, is doing she has a streaming series.
She's in a show. Yeah, she's on a show.
She's in a show where I think her husband dies, and she's
no. Yeah, actually, and there's another one where like oh shit, she's not involved in the one where she murders her
she is on a show now, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
It's not the flight attendant, right? Who's the flight? No, it's Kaylee Cuoco's in the flight attendant. No. Shit. She's in one though, I know for sure. Is she in Little Liars or some shit? I don't know.
Pretty Little Liars? No.
That's it. Something like that. Some show like that though. I know.
It's similar to that. Yeah.
And Married with Children was part of the original Fox lineup, and it was. Help the channel get off the ground.
It launched the channel because people wanted to boycott it, and on top of that, I learned this in my first year of writing school or writing college. They did the pilot, and then a legendary TV executive came in. He says, "You know what? This show has a lot of potential. All they have to do is make sure that the audience does not doubt that Al Bundy actually loves his family, and the guys who wrote the show are like, no, we can't do that. Like, he has to hate his life, and they ended up being right because it was such a change of pace for all typical sitcoms. It was following in Roseanne's footsteps and saying, no, we're going to go one step further.
Except by the third or
Didn't
fourth
that come out the year before Roseanne, though?
I thought it came out the same year.
Might
Or
be.
no, I thought it came out just after. Yeah.
No. I think it was the same year, but in the third or fourth year, you could be right, Script, but I think it was simultaneous. But in the third or fourth year,
now
Al was
according to
the-
this, Sony owns it. So I don't know if it's Sony or Viacom who owns a motherfucker.
shit. But all I know is that in the third or fourth year, Ed O'Neill's character confirms that he does love his family, if I remember right. Yeah, it was really, but it took a while.
But I knew it wasn't owned by Fox. Yeah, it's Sony. I knew it was either Viacom or Sony that owned it.
But here's the thing: Fox had all these great properties, and Seth is a product of Fox. I mean, we would not have what we have.
Oh, Married with Children came first.
No. But we would not have what we have without Seth, right?
Oh no, that's true.
But Married with Children was the vehicle for Fox, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know that there was anything else. Nothing that I can think of. That was its first big show, and then up until The Simpsons came along, then they became It was The Simpsons, and then more Seth and more Seth and more Seth.
Well, yeah, that was way down the road. But Eric, to explain what I was saying is you can't really take Christmas out of Die Hard, but you could take Christmas out of Lethal Weapon, and it'd still work.
Yeah.
It would be tough, but it would still possibly work.
Where does it start? Where do we meet Riggs?
No, I get all that, but you could still say, like, there's nothing that really ties it to Christmas outside of the dinner at the end.
When do we get to see Gary Busey? When there's a lot of iconic that goes along with.
There's iconic scenes, but you can do that drug bust anywhere.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like there's nothing that really in that outside of the one thing I will say, and I think it was Stieg who said this or something like that. Basically, the whole point of Riggs being more suicidal, you could pin on the holiday aspect of it.
The silly season.
Yeah, so like there is that argument to be made. Again, and I'm not saying it's not a Christmas movie. I'm not somebody who has. I feel like there is an argument to be made for both on that one. Die Hard, on the other hand, is a little harder.
No. You can't. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I mean, I survived Nakatomi Plaza. T-shirts exist.
Well, yeah. Not just that. There's so many arguments I've made. I'm not going to get into them all here, but and I feel like most people have made the same arguments. So there you go. I really got to start watching Always Sunny. I've never seen the show. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, but the show keeps going and everybody always talks about it. So I'm like, I just got to fucking see the show, I guess.
Look, the TV series of Lethal Weapon was an abortion. So there you go.
God, it was such a miss. I mean, and they wasted Keisha Sharp, who was actually really good in that series.
Do you realize, okay, Script, you and I could probably, and Tom too, we could probably go through history and say they wasted all these actors on this bullshit pilots or these shitty half seasons of these television shows that may have destroyed or, I'm going to use the word that is unpopular, retarded, because it's the accurate word.
It is the accurate. They actively try to, regress themselves.
They regressed their careers. Thank you. That was a better way to say it. It's just, it's a problem. That there were a lot of circumstances that actors found themselves in where the show just set them back by years.
No, they did a horrible thing with Lethal Weapon. They made the father-in-law the reason Riggs's wife is dead. And it's like, I mean, I understand they wanted to go to a different direction, but there's no reason for them to use the same characters and still call it Lethal Weapon. They could have used the title Lethal Weapon as just another pair of cops in LA that have similar hijinks, but like the fact that they use Riggs and Murtaugh and they just didn't completely understand like what the dynamic was between the buddy cop and the relationships, and they made it more contemporary as opposed to like the original Lethal Weapon films. They kind of do hold up. I mean, they're not really dependent on electronics in order to get their stuff done.
But there were so many. Think about how many shows were done that way, where you threw a name on something and just slayed it. I mean,
well, Lenkov did that with Hawaii Five-0, MacGyver, Magnum PI. Oh crap! Was there another one he did?
Magnum PI, dude, what did you think? Well, I don't know. I thought the reboot of that show was terrible.
Yeah, making Higgins a woman and a spy, and
that was bad.
Basically, that was a scapegoat to get around any type of writing issues where they couldn't figure out how to do the plot. They're like, well, we'll just talk this former British agent who has connections, and then wham bam, thank you, ma'am, we're over the hill.
Do you? There's so much lazy in Hollywood. It's unbelievable. We have this automatic plot armor, plot device, plot something.
We have the hacker that knows all the information we need at a moment's notice. Yeah.
Well, that's where I ran out of road when it came to Scorpion. Scorpion was a good concept as a television program.
Oh yeah.
And then they killed it. And it's like, okay, well, there's always this ultimate answer to these problems. Well, sometimes there's not an answer. And that has to be part of the show too.
Oh yeah, I got in trouble for a good 2 years because I was pitching a cop show that took place in the 70s, and every writer, I got a lot of people interested in it because they liked the concept and whatnot. But every writer I was talking to on it were like, "Well, how do we solve the problems?" I'm like, "Well, with wits and guile and the characters knowing stuff." He's like, "Yeah, but what about computers and satellites? Like they didn't exist then. You gotta work for it. You gotta make the audience engaged." And a lot of writers just had no idea how to write for that world. And I was like, that's terrible.
Yeah, but sometimes that solves the problem itself. You don't always solve the problem. It's one of the reasons why I'll give you an example of a show that worked. Hawaii Five-0, the reboot of Hawaii Five-0 worked even in the era of technology because sometimes you failed. There has to be failure along the way. They
also launched that show a few years before they got so reliant on the huge tech team, and everything.
No, absolutely, and that's the thing is if you're going to write a program or a movie or anything nowadays, there has to be a legitimate adversary, and there have to be stakes, and you're going to suffer loss. You're going to there are setbacks in life. Right now, television's oriented around the idea that we can solve every problem that we're confronted with.
Yeah, there's another show called Backstrom with the guy who played Dwight Schrute in The Office.
Really?
And it was actually an investigation. Basically, he's this very politically incorrect cop who's very assumptive with regards to profiling people, but he ends up always being right because he's like this bitter old man. Mm-hmm. And it was a really interesting show. It was based off of some books, I believe, but they added in a foreign cyberneticist or whatever who would do all the research and hacking stuff, and it just kind of deflated the intrigue of the show. And I think it only lasted one season. And that was pretty much why. It had a really great cast. It had a really great cast.
It's that kind of stuff that we're missing. It's absent from the marketplace, and it's it speaks to a place that isn't being served, and that's where the vast majority of the audience is. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, audiences love figuring stuff out.
I found a perfect book for Mecca.
Oh,
everyone sucks except for this fucking awesome cat.
Okay,
that's a book written for Mecca right there. If I ever saw one.
Yeah, and I like the illustrations. So,
yeah,
that made me laugh.
Reminds me of Coppertone.
And welcome to all those who are just filing in here. I see we got some new viewers. I don't know where everybody's coming from, but welcome.
Hey.
We got a little boost in viewership here. We've really been yakking for like 2.5 hours about literally nothing.
I don't know. I think it's been great. We talked about things we're speculating on, things we have a little bit of information on, things that we know are happening, and stuff we wish could happen. There you go.
Hey, Zebius, how you doing?
Hey, Zebius.
Hey, my friend, I cannot wait, my friend, for your book. Would you please do some live streams when people are awake to talk about your book? That'd be great. You and Buddy Lord should be like, I don't know, promoting the shit out of that because it's friggin' awesome and I love it. So anyway, sorry.
This is Tom Foolery is what this is. Captain
Oh.
Opinion's proper channel. It's where we just talk about shit. I show commercials and cartoons.
And he features people with amazing hair.
This sucks.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of feeling out of place. You all have facial hair, so I gotta fix that. Hold on a second.
Oh, even better. There it is. Boom.
That's your Corona beard there. Kind of like
Corona.
Well, it's colder in Canada, and my face gets cold, so I grew it out.
She looked like a supermodel. A supermodel. She looked like a model after 9 Coronas. Oh, it didn't work.
Robert wants a maximum effort puppy. We didn't earn it, but you know what? I will give you one. I'll give you one, Robert. There you go. Because you've been asking some great questions and stuff tonight. There you go. There's a maximum effort puppy just for you.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, Mama, do something good. Oh, he's right. Oh, he's so cute.
Got some more new people coming in. Hello. And hey, CD Horde, I seen you snuck in earlier. Where's Bat Tom? But we had a Bat Tom cartoon earlier. Fenton for Scripps Beard.
I missed it. There was a Bat Tom?
It was a new one. It's one you've already seen.
Oh, well, I love Bat Tom.
Jesus Christ! Fenton!
Okay, how to be a cool superhero. First things first, you gotta have a cool car. You ain't got no money, so that's not happening. Second, you gotta have a cool costume. We'll have to work on that. Alright, then you also have to be able to solve really complicated cases and solve crimes and kick cloud ass.
Kind of like stopping that lady over there from being robbed?
Are you fucking serious? That dude's got a gun, okay? Let the real cops handle that. We only go after people like the Joker and Penguin and Poison Ivy and occasionally Catwoman, depending on what kind of mood she is that time of the month, okay? We don't deal with that kind of stuff.
You're scared of guns, aren't you?
Fucking terrified. Nope, Batman don't do guns.
Isn't Ord your Robin?
What was that?
Isn't Ord's board your Robin normally?
Normally, yeah. I did that one way before he ever did Robin, though. So that was like, yeah. That was the first Bat Time cartoon.
Hail, Raging Rhino. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What's up? What's up, my man? Oh, dude, I love Raging.
And we got a request for a lazy puppy, so I got to do that one. Let's see here.
Koalas
Where you at, lazy puppy?
Koalas in the rain.
Koalas in the rain. Koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koala, koala.
There's the lazy puppy. There you go. Please show this on Friday Night. You mean the Bat Tom thing? I don't know if the guys would. I don't know. I'm kind of like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm like the odd man out sometimes on there.
Oh, no, dude. You were a massive contributor. I love it all. You guys are amazing. You know what? Friday is the best day of the week for me. I look at that.
It's the minimum effort puppy.
Yeah. Look, he's so handsome.
He started it all.
He's so handsome. You guys make my Friday. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it's true. And the boss and I have always, run to the TV show the minute that we get back from the office, and we're like, hey, it's Friday Night Tides. It's good stuff.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little outclassed on the show, so there you go.
No. You are the class.
And as always steals my punchlines. Like I get that they're just 2 seconds later than him.
Well, it's because of the delay that you experience because you're not in the UK.
That's probably it. He's in the future.
That's right.
Yeah. That's probably it. Sure. You could defund Hollywood by buying this t-shirt instead of giving them some money. Or you could be Batman yourself.
Ooh, look at that. That guy's got ink.
And you helped make that one, Culture.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's bought it yet.
Yeah, I don't think we sold one yet. But anyway, we do have this one too. The original OG.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, the boss ordered one of those. That's a Christmas present for the boss, right there.
Awesome. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Look, you make some quality shirts, my friend. Oh, wait, let me see
Let's
that
see
puppy.
puppies.
Yeah, that's not the kind of puppy.
We got bored corgi.
I think
Corgi's bored.
that has to be courtesy of Script. That was a Script find.
I think it might have been. He's found a couple of these.
I found a couple. Yeah, I can't remember them all because.
And then we got Oscar
that's
winning
a great
puppy.
one.
He just hams it the fuck up.
Yeah,
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I did a good job.
Oh wait, so Buffy the Vampire Slayer the movie. That's what that was. That was the Paul Rubens.
Oh God, Paul Rubens was great in Buffy.
Oh my God, it was
even after the credits. He's still dying.
I know.
He's still dying after credits.
He's probably still dying right now. We don't.
I'm surprised you don't have that clip ready to go.
I should. You know that I should get that one.
Oh, it's so.
My newest clip is just this one.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, that's my newest one.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I think there's that one. I think you need to take the ending of Spaceballs and then redub the apes and go, well, there goes the franchise.
Yeah. There goes the franchise. I just got the original Spaceballs, the soundtrack, actually. I had the special edition with all the score and all that crap, but now I got the one with all the pop songs on it too, not just Spaceballs.
Oh, nice.
Where,
Well, it opens up with like
where it actually says Spaceballs, the soundtrack.
So jumping off of Spaceballs back to Ice Pirates, do you think we could get away with a space harpy now?
Yeah.
Oh,
give it a shot.
I think so. Yeah. I really want to remake that film. I want
to make another Barbarella film.
Oh, Barbarella would be great.
I want that. Because that's a brilliant film. Like just the seriousness of all the weird hippiness that they're going on there. I'm like, you got to mind that for all it is.
Could you possibly remake to? Could you possibly recreate with using some of the original stuff? Flash Gordon.
Yes,
I think so.
Oh, I think Flash. I mean, they're trying to make another Flash Gordon film.
You don't have to. You just kind of massage it a little bit. Maybe add some stuff. Maybe map some other things. Because that was such a great film. Oh my God!
You could change a couple of the backgrounds or some of the like the climax scene with the Hawkman and the sky rockets, all those things. You can change the backgrounds to make them a bit more dynamic. But like, I think the practical stuff they have with like the rocket ships and the silliness of that, I think that's got to stay.
Oh my God! Think about it. It was so Buck Rogers-y. It was so like, it
was very much leaning into the Flash Gordon style. They're also trying to make another Buck Rogers film.
Oh, dude, I know. I saw that, and then I saw somebody else, and then I saw the thing, and then I saw some treatment, and
yeah, some of the treatments that have been floating around are actually up in the air. They don't even know which one they're going to go with.
Doesn't look good. No. Hey, look, if any of them get made, it doesn't look good. But no, look, at least what I've seen. But I don't know. Buck Rogers is such a great property. I mean, think about it. In television history, it was really good. Anyway.
It was. I mean, the thing is, like, what I currently know of the new Buck Rogers is that they're kind of going in the same direction that John Carter went, where they're kind of not leaning into it in the right way.
Okay, so if you want, if they handed me Edgar Rice Burroughs' The John Carter of Mars series, I could fix it. I can make it work. I could give you what Edgar Rice Burroughs envisioned. In a way that the audience would walk away going, "Oh, I want the next film." And when they created the last one, everybody was like, "Oh, fuck, I don't want to see that."
Well, it's too many stories in one movie. That's the problem.
It was very poorly done. Sorry, Tom.
But like Disney also sabotaged that themselves.
Yeah, they did. There was a lot of studio interference there, in not a good way.
Movies are good with pew-pews.
Speaking of which, you haven't used your pew-pew in a while. What's up, Picard?
Oh, I've been just hanging out, wondering when my show is coming back.
Yeah.
It's not coming back, is it?
Did you even use a phaser in the last season? I don't think you did.
I went through a phase.
You went through a phase, but you didn't use a phaser. I think the only thing you did was you piloted a ship.
Oh crap!
Well, I just know there's sound stages set aside for you, my friend.
Where?
Well, not for you to actually be in, but for
Is
other
there
people.
dune
For the
buggies
show.
in Pew Pew? Will there be dune buggies?
Not sure.
I don't think they
but-
can afford that this year.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, there are places where other actors might be that contribute to the show that you might be in that you will be acting against where you actually might not be physically.
Yeah. There's going to be some interesting takes here.
I stopped paying attention to what you were saying about 3 words in.
I figured, and so did everybody else that was trying to watch your show from the second episode on last year. So
there
very
was
good.
a show.
Yes, there you did. You made a show that I don't know, somewhere near 180,000 people watched consistently.
Well,
So
that
good job.
sucks. Reboots suck.
Yeah, and most of them were Canadian. So just
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
Canadians suck.
well, I agree with that also. Well, except for Script Doctor. Well, it's a handful.
No,
Actually,
I'm pretty average, crappy Canadian here.
no. But okay, so there's like 4,000 Canadians that don't suck. That
You Canadians
most of
think
them
you're
I know.
better than me.
Say again.
They all think they're better than me.
Well,
Damn
Well,
it.
they'll think they're younger than you.
well, they are. They are
how
probably-
convenient.
They are definitely all younger than you. In fact, most everyone is younger than you.
All I know is they said something about green this season, and I'm happy. I like to
Yeah.
smoke.
No. It's more like Soylent Green, and they're probably eating your dead corpse.
Well, they said green screen.
Well, I'm not sure that was right. But yeah, okay.
What?
So what's your opinion on remakes, Picard? They still suck?
Yes.
Okay. There you go, Diego.
Yeah, no, in all honesty, chances are you'll be standing in front of a blue screen, Picard, don't you think?
I'm blue da dabba dee dabba die. Dabba dee dabba die. Blue. Oh Lord!
Thank you.
I haven't done Old Man Picard in a while.
Oh no, and he hasn't done himself either in a while.
Yeah.
So there you are.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'm
You
so
should.
sorry.
You should have been sorry before you made the show that you made, and what we're about to get in the next. Oh my God! Do you realize what we're going to get in the next season?
That's cute. You think there's going to be another season?
Oh God, dude! I know that. Oh fuck!
They're very much trying, and I think they're close.
They are. It's fucking right there. And here's the thing: he won't be there. He won't be there. I mean, well, there are. Oh God, there's like almost there's.
I don't even think they have Whoopi confirmed yet.
No, but he won't be there. I mean, there are like a handful of scenes he might physically be somewhere. They can't. Yeah, no, they can't insure him. You're right. That's the problem, guys. This is going to be distance filming. We've heard of distance learning. This will be distance.
Pretty much. I think you're right. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a season 2. I wouldn't count on it.
It's okay. So the boxes that
See, you ever seen the movie Little Man by the Wayans brothers?
Unfortunately,
they could do that for Picard. All they have to do is just get a stunt guy, put a green thing on his face, and then just film Patrick Stewart at home, and then superimpose it on the other guy's face, and they're good to go. It's expensive, but it would be crap. It would be a crap, yeah, but it would still make it. It would get around the whole.
Be like, what do we do, Jean-Luc? Well, you need to go out to do the thing. And his head would be all wobbly and shit.
Well, no, but okay. So here's this is what. Okay, There's a 16 by 8 foot screen they'll shoot him in front of that's blue. And he will do his performance in front of a 16 by 8 foot screen that's blue. And it will be the flat thing that is in the front of the performance of everybody else that is trying to do things around him. And they will have a reference to work from of what he might be. And that's the best we're going to get from.
And that's also the cheapest way of doing it.
and well, it is. And they need to do it cheaply. And Script, why do they need to do it cheaply?
They don't have money.
Thank you very much. They have none money. In fact, the thing that Tom has not been talking about for a long time is actually moving forward right now that is not affiliated with the man that has a K in front of his last name. And I know this because there are people that I know that are doing the production side of stuff that aren't actually part of that production that know people that are part of that production. And someday we'll talk about why that is. So there you are.
Final super chat from Diego Flores says, to the buggy fund for Old Man Picard, we have to keep him happy in his final days. Yes, we do.
Well, I mean, listen, we're going to see that other truck show, the Not Safe for Work truck show. It's, oh boy. I mean, it's Akiva Goldsman, man. So we already know what we're getting before it even rolls camera.
I can't believe. Thank you, Script, for picking that up. God damn it.
Well, no, we got to call it Not Safe for Work because it's safe not work or something like that because it's Strange New World. But
yeah. All right,
Strange New Worlds.
I don't know how they got the money for that show, but man,
all right, look, and there's
prepaid for it. It's all cheap.
It is. It's not. Well, they're not spending. They're filming it in Canada.
No, they're filming it in Mississauga at their CBS studios. Yep, their new CBS studios. Even though there's only 3 people currently working there at the moment, that is where they're supposed to be doing it.
How?
They've built their other set there. It's a big lot now.
Okay.
Yeah, because they do still have reservations over at Pinewood, but most of that is still for Discovery.
It's Discovery, yeah.
Most of it's still for Discovery. They have, I mean, Pinewood's huge.
Yeah.
And they also have like 4
I did a
different
video on it today.
Yeah, they also have 4 different offices, or 4 different studios aside from the main one that's right on the water.
They only have one workshop though. Okay, no, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Anyway, go ahead.
They're big hangars. They have 4 big hangars. They've got another one across the street that's a medium-sized one. They got a multi-level building that has each floor as its own studio, which is similar to what the model that they have over the CBC office. But it's like that's an older style. They usually use that for like a standing set. And then they've got their artificial coast, which you've seen. They've seen every season. They used it in the pilot, and then they claimed it was Iceland, and it wasn't. But they got a lot of space there. But the Mississauga one it's got enough to do basically a standing set of the Enterprise, like of the whole thing, pretty much like engineering, quarters, bridge, and then it's got another one for their Planet Hell set that they have, and I think they got another space as well.
So is so that's sitting in the building now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they started moving that at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know how far along they are on everything else because again, right after they started moving this stuff over to the new studio, we got locked down, and I don't think anyone was allowed to put it all back together.
And the answer, Keely Shaw, no, it's not a real country anyway.
Well, it's a hat.
And we got a day and 10 hours before another Midnight's Edge in the morning.
And we got 7 minutes until Discovery airs.
Oh, fuck. Well, here's a preview of something we might be talking about on the next Midnight's Edge in the morning. Holly Reporter.
Oh, no.
2020's big plot twist. How Wonder Woman 1984 came to upend Hollywood's future. And basically what this article implies is that theaters might charge less money for Warner's movies and in the end, totally make it to where they can't make any profit.
Off of HBO Max and the movies?
No, in the theaters. Yeah, like the theaters are going to undercharge for. Yeah, like it's this whole big like.
They're going to try. Yeah, I know that tactic. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
it's actually it's going to make theaters. Listen. The biggest thing the theaters have to overcome is the capacity limit that is put in place by the authorities at this moment. So nothing they do is going to circumvent that.
I just see a bunch of people freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
No, well,
it's lighting a fire, but not under anybody. That's the thing.
Well, but it'll change. Well, so here's the thing, Script. Everybody's being sold this bill of goods that once you're injected with whatever, you'll be good to go. And so there won't be any reason to restrict the occupancy rates of any of these places anymore. So if you aren't charging premium rates for something, even though you can still pack things to the gills, that could be a problem. And you know what? It's a threat. I don't know that it'll move forward because, they're still going to try to claim things, but we'll see.
Well, there's also that sad advice that a lot of physicians are throwing out there, which is just because you get the vaccine doesn't mean you cannot travel, or doesn't mean that you can travel again and do all those things, which is basically saying, well, then what's the point?
That's right? Hollywood right now. That scene from Gremlins.
That is pretty much Hollywood. Yeah.
And here's the thing, Script. I have traveled the country already multiple times, and you know what? I'm fine. I haven't had a shot. I haven't had any of that other stuff. And I can tell you that upon getting shot and or other stuff, if they try to restrict me from doing the things that I normally did, I'm going to be like, explain that to me, Lucy. So I don't know how far do you think they can carry this? I mean, we've kind of reached the point of the ridiculous already. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I feel like the theaters have a way to go, you're being dumb. And this is their way of saying that. But I could be wrong. Again, I'm often wrong, but I'm not wrong when it comes to money. And at some point, investors, people who have money in these individual businesses and these theater chains and stuff like that are going to be like, this seems pretty dumb.
Yeah, no, they don't want anything that's going to cost them any more money than they already do. I mean, like theaters are expensive, especially in Canada. Average price just for the ticket and maybe a drink, $25.
Right, but how much of that is the drink?
Well, let's see. The last ticket that I spent for myself was $17.59.
Okay, how much was the drink?
And the drink was like $6.
Okay. So who gets the money from the drink?
Oh, the theater gets the money from the drink,
right.
Of course.
Who gets the money from the ticket?
80% of that, goes to the studio. Yeah.
Right. So let's do math. Mm-hmm. If I, as a theater, charge $1.50 to see my film, but I still charge you $9 for the drink, who gets the money?
Oh, obviously the theater does, yeah. No, you're not wrong there.
I'm just saying.
The other part, too, is that getting the deal with the studio to be able to charge that is going to cause some legal issues.
But you know how those deals are written. Those deals aren't written like you have to charge a minimum of this amount. Those deals are not written that way. And they haven't been written that way for a little while now. They've been written like, we're going to take 70% of whatever you charge.
Mm-hmm. But then again, it all comes down to it. The studio agrees to those terms, knowing that the theaters might.
They don't know that. That's the thing, and that's why that's going to be amazing from Tom's perspective. Tom, thoughts? Haircut?
My thought on what part? I what?
Good night.
You blacked out there for a moment.
I'm just saying. Were there people saying things with money?
Oh, I get what you're saying to a point. Like, But as far as like the theaters are dead, this is desperation. Like
It's desperation on both sides, though. That's
I had to flip my position on this because we've gotten so far past the point of return.
Oh no, we did. This is the thing, Tom. I'm very angry with you.
Why,
dude? You fucking killed theaters.
I didn't do it.
No, you did. You did. We had this conversation. I said, this will never happen. These are the reasons why. And you said, no, the theaters are dead. I'm killing them. And I said, no, you're not going to kill theaters. And then you did. Very unhappy. It's all your fault.
I like to blow shit up.
Chains will be smaller for theaters in the future. That's for sure.
Well, look, I'm happy with regional theater chains. I miss those days. I don't like national theater chains like we have now. I think that they exercise too much power. I think that the fact that you do not have to negotiate with your individual markets is one of the things that led to the downfall that we have now. That and Tom, I think Tom is directly responsible for what we have right now. So thank you.
I don't know about the movie having a happy ending, but I sure could use a massage with a happy ending right now. I've never had one of those. I hear they're good.
I've only ever had the massage part. I don't do any of the other stuff in public.
when you have a loving relationship and things are,
see, that's at home. Yeah, that's different. I don't go out.
You really think there's a woman who could put up with my shit?
Oh. Well, Christy. Well, wait, no, you divorced her. No,
we got divorced before we even got started.
Really? That's a shame. She's a lovely person. What's wrong with you, Tom?
I don't know. It was a joke. It was a joke that started because somebody said we were bickering like an old married couple.
Well, yeah.
I said, yeah, that's why we got divorced. So it just started as a joke.
You should have been together from the very beginning.
I don't know why you guys are shipping us.
I would ship you. You're nice people. I like people. People are good.
Why can't you ship me with Black Widow?
Well,
she's already marrying some soy boy over at SNL.
She needs me.
She married a real estate developer to begin with, and he had money, and
he gave her kid, right?
Robert, I'll tell you this right now: you can't keep Mecca and I in the same room for more than like fucking an hour and a half.
No
tops.
No.
We get on each other's nerves.
Rob and Mecca, yes. Tom and Mecca, no.
We're like oil and vinegar. We love each other, but it's like a brother and sister kind of
thing.
thing.
You definitely got a sibling relationship.
Yeah, and and I'm gonna drop the hard elbow in your chin right now. That's the kind of relationship.
Oh, we argued the whole time in Vegas. Like it was just bicker.
Speaking of which, Tom, it is an incumbent upon you to gather us all together in a location.
Why is it a bit? What?
Well, no, because other humans have tried to do it. You apparently
I'll run into the same problems though.
You need one. You need the mighty. You seem to be the mightiest of them all.
I don't know. The best thing I could offer is I've got a house that's big enough to where like if 4 or 5 of you came over, maybe like I could probably do that for like a couple days. But yeah, like I don't know. Like that's the thing to do any kind of like that was the problem Gary ran into with trying to do a fan meetup is every place we tried getting, they had a capacity problem.
Well, because of the
stupid
the thing. Yeah, we'll fuck the thing next year because it's gonna fucking happen. I'm gonna So there you go.
Oh, I'm sure we'll come up with something, especially eventually once things open up. But that was kind of the main thing, and Gary felt really bad about that. Like, he was crushed that he couldn't come up with something because it was like every place that he talked to, I guess, was like they can only have like 20 people. It's like, well, fuck, 20 people that'll fill up real quick, especially with if enough of us show up on our own, then there ain't going to be they ain't going to be able to let in anybody else. So they kind of defeat the whole purpose.
And that was the problem is because I was like, okay, I got to get myself rooms and get other people rooms. I need to be able to make it so other people can show up. I wanted people to be able to drop in. And that's the way I live. So I blame you.
I'll take the blame. I keep getting blamed for everything anyway. And thank you for the Doomicorn culture. You didn't have to do that. You're on the show.
I live here. If I live here, I'm going to drop my phallic unicorns anywhere I can. Look, here's the thing. we have to draw this episode to an end because, oh my God, we've gone for 3 hours. We've talked about absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking we should probably wrap it up here because I think Ethan's live and
oh shit, Uncle Ethan is live.
Yeah, so why don't you guys head over there and tell him Midnight's Edge After Dark sent you. Here, maybe I'll try and get the link.
And Culture Casino has great hair. Just make sure.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Culture. Make sure you're subscribed to Script if you haven't already. Steve Kenobi was in here earlier. Raging Rhino, Willie, all those guys who have channels, check them out. Yeah. Other than that, I think we'll talk. I don't know if we'll probably do a MEAD later, I'd imagine. Oh, and Cecil's on with him, so, and Anna. So
shit.
Head on over there and tell him Tom sent you from MEAD. There you go. There's the link. Tell him Tom sent you from MEAD. All right, kids. All righty. Robert, I think that what's his face? Andrew.
Andrew is with Mary.
Andrew would really freak out on that one.
Yeah, that's for no. That's like
I don't know. See, and Mary's another one, kind of like Mecca. I don't know if we could see eye to eye.
Yeah, no. But Mary and Andrew are getting married. You can't. That's not. Yeah,
I don't know about that, but
no, I do. I think that'll happen. If I were going to predict,
what they get to the same state, maybe.
All right. Well, everybody head over to Ethan and tell him, hey, that Tom sent you from MEAD, and I'll leave you on a Christmas commercial.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Only from Atari. Made especially for systems from Atari. The video game that lets you help E.T. get home. Just in time for Christmas.